Hello, hello. How we doing? Hope we're feeling well. Hope we're feeling good. We are just getting started with WardiTV Mondays edition 49. How did we get to 49? I do not know, but that's crazy. It's number 50. Next week already. Isn't that insane? Yes, it is. Yeah, hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the stream, yo. And, yeah, we're going to get going soon. I kind of want to cast the solo game, because solo is the only Zerg in the bracket, and then he would play mana next round, so seems like a pretty reasonable section to jump into. If Sola's here is the problem. Sola currently offline. Oh, cool. I just need to see if Solo's here. If he is, we can, get rolling. Let me check Korean server. Let me check Korean server. The Rex is, sorry, yes, Rex is in the bracket, but I also saw his second opponent is Clem, so I don't think Rex will mind me, resuming that one a little bit, to be honest. I think that's a fairly reasonable, disrespect to drop. Ay. Still got like 5 minutes until walkover, so I'm gonna give him a ping. And give it a couple moments, but yeah, we're just gonna. I honestly probably shouldn't have started talking just yet because I'm not really quite ready to talk, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for a few minutes, guys, and see if we've got our opponent here. If not, then we can switch sections of the bracket, I guess. But I kind of hope that this one's existing. If it's not, like I say, that's all good. Alrighty, so we'll just take a few moments, guys. Like I say, trying to figure out players and if someone is here or not, etc., etc. We've got walkover time right now anyway, so we'll just get through walkover time. We can go from there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, what's up, Hero Kicks 22? How you doing? 2-month resub on the Prime. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Solo's not really the kind of player to sign up, check in, and then not show up, so I'm just a little intrigued. Bracket not yet updated. What bracket? What matchups do we have today? You should have it in the title. It's an open cup, so there's nothing in the title because we don't know what we're casting. Oh, lovely. Our maps won't load. Okay, I'm gonna have to go break screen, guys. We got potentially unplayable lobbies. BRB. Hey guys, so the servers are just fucked because it's my TLDR. So for some reason, half the ladder maps don't exist anymore. And if you host certain maps, people are starting with like infinite resources. Um, so yeah, guys, TLDR right now, I don't know what's going on. We're just missing a bunch of the maps that are meant to exist. Give me like a few minutes. I'm just gonna go BRB screen, try and make sure everyone can get into a game and stuff. Because this is actually a bit more serious than just like someone's BRB or AFK. And we'll hopefully get started with some games soon. So sorry guys, just want to try and make sure everyone gets sorted out. Also, someone asking on YouTube, where can you get replays of the tournaments? Replays accessible on our Discord server for subscribers or YouTube members or Patreon pledges. It's also available on the Patreon. You can find all the replays through there. Alright, BRB. Alrighty, guys. So the dealio is that basically all the ladder maps have disappeared. They bugged out, and then they just disappeared. All the current ladder maps. So I'm gonna be real with you. That's not good. What we're gonna do is that we are just gonna wait for Mana versus Solo, expecting Solo to get the win over Flexi. We're just gonna go into that series because right now we're already kind of sat there. We're already just kind of the other matches start. We're already kind of just waiting for the next round to begin, basically. So I think we're just gonna wait on that. Now at least give us something to jump into in the near future. Or Solo's got a lobby here. We can even just jump into this for right now, maybe, and then follow through from there. Although I can't join lobbies. Oh, good. Oh, it's just gonna screw us over completely today. I love that for us. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's fantastic news. Okay, guys. Okay. So I just can't join lobbies. Oh. Yeah. App download failed. Cool. But we won't be jumping into that game because, yep. The infinite resources might have been someone hosted it incorrectly with a mod. I didn't hear that a second time off of anyone, so I don't know if that's anything, but like the ladder maps have just gone. So the ladder maps are just gone is the TLDR that we're taking note of right now. That's the most important thing at this current point in time that we're aware of. Alright, well we'll just take a couple moments then. Like I say, I thought we were getting into something, but we did not. So yeah, we'll just wait for the series to finish up. He's got here what's wrong. The ladder maps are gone. The ladder maps are gone. So yeah, it's a classic Monday morning issue. Yeah, you know it ain't a Monday morning if you don't wake up and your ladder maps are missing, right? Right, that's how we all feel, yeah? Yeah. That's a good one. So I think what we'll do is we'll just wait out for Sol to likely win his series and to play against Mana, and we'll just go from there. Will they come back? Yeah, I mean that's a great question. No one's got a clue. That's the best part of all of this is that nobody actually knows anything about this situation or how this is going to play out. This is new territory for us in terms of the game breaking. So, yeah. Like I said, love that for us, you know? Truly, love that for us. Love that for us. Alrighty. Ladder maps are gone from there, from the servers. They're just gone. You can't host them anymore. They're gone on every server. It might just be NA. I've not checked on the other servers yet. I'm only on NA, but might be the guys on the other servers are fine. Also, I think one or two of them are there, or they were. I think they've now all gone. And apparently people can't queue into ladder. So I don't know. I don't know what's happened, but something's going on. All of my maps are bugged. Actually, I don't know if I can go into any game. Because I can't see any maps right now, so yeah, this is gonna be fun. Crazy. Killed the servers to force me to go full time as an Ellie streamer. Yeah, like she would let that happen. She'd be like, no, that she'd get bored. Yeah, she'd think that's cool for like a day or so. The maps from last season gone too? No. The maps from last season are still there. Did the ranked season end? I don't think so. I also honestly don't know. I can't even check because right now 1v1 doesn't load at all. Use them? No, I'm not allowed to use them. We have sponsors that require a lot of maps to be played. Yeah, everything just seems busted on NA. Cool. Well, WardiTV Mondays 49's off to a great start, guys. Love that for us. Love that for us. Oh god. Punching my things. Accidentally. It's always good. Alright, sorry guys, obviously a bit of a delayed start, everything's going a bit wrong, but we should get back on track soon at least. Solo just came out of game, so I think that might be done. Alright. Looks like we're gonna have Manifest Solo coming up. Perfect. So Mana Solo coming up, guys, videos will get going. And I guess we'll see what version of the maps we host onto. But yeah, 1v1 is just busted, it seems. That's so wild. Crazy business. Alright. Like I say, Mana Solo coming up. And get that underway and kick off into some StarCraft 2, guys. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for all the issues. Can't really do much about it myself, though. Just gotta kind of roll with it. Excuse me, yawning. I'm not just a little bit tired. I am now obviously also trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Cool. Okay, so we're just going to play the waiting game for a little bit. Our round of 16 is pretty much getting set, so round of 16 plays Hero versus PSC, Creator advances over Percival, Geralt versus ByuN, Mana versus Solar, Nightmare versus Led Alex, Clem waiting for Rex or Love SE2, MaxPax playing Hearthstone and Showtime playing Classic is what is going on to start off the day. So that's everything that's happening. That's what's taking place here. Like I say, we'll be getting into some of our StarCraft in the very near future. Ready to kick this off? Cool. How do the seeds work? They're random. They're random, and then the top 4 get pulled to the top, so that the top 4 can't play each other. The top 4 from last week can't play each other until the semifinals. That's the only seeding that exists. The rest is completely... okay, it's not completely random. Anyone that's not like a known name / pro level player gets pulled towards the bottom. So what you'll see is the top 4 from last week, and then all the rest of the pros in any sort of random order, and then the next set of guys are other guys that sign up who are not like pro level players. So that in general, what should happen in that situation is that nobody should play like a stupidly good opponent round 1 when there's also like a weak section of the bracket going on, because like I say, the weaker players are dragged down. So there shouldn't be like a weak player who just gets a waltz into like a quarterfinal or something, or weaker player, I should say. But obviously the seeds are random to keep the tournament interesting each week. Also, not just that, but also people were kind of wanted to. A lot of people were very upset about like some certain players. Like we'd always get similar amounts of signups. So when we got similar amounts of signups, what would happen is that what would happen is that basically, like, if you're typically like seed 14 to 16, you would always be playing the same like 1 to 3 players every week. And so for a lot of guys, it's like very uninteresting, right? Like every week you're always going to be playing against the MaxPax, Clem, or Hero in the round of 16. That sucks because the player signups, while they change, are always very similar in terms of numbers. So yeah, it was just basically a switch up. Yeah. All right, let's go in game. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, guys, give me 1 moment. Alright, sorry. Let's get into some mana versus solar action. As we kick this off. In the bottom right-hand side, the blue Protoss player is going to be representing Team Liquid. It is going to be Mana. Up against the red Zerg. In the top left-hand side from Falcons, we have Solar. So, we kick this off, we get this underway. And we get ready to rumble. Alright, so, opening game. Already some lings across the map apparently as an early pool comes about. So I had to step away for a moment and sort a couple things out. Apparently today is just going to be straight up chaotic. Well, single ling you're chasing after a probe. You'll see the feelings actually getting through there, able to knock down the pylon right off the back, so not a bad beginning in that regard. Just going to see the couple of zealots coming by, the probe settling down, that pylon coming into place, and the hatchery coming in. Couple of devs is going to be firing hatch, taking some shots. We are going to be seeing the ling speed building up. A couple lings on the way, Queen coming through as the Twilight Council is going to be on the way. But there's some nice counter pressure here from Mana, just getting a return onto, or again, a return across the map for the moment, which is nice. You'll get a little bit of damage dealt there, so not bad in that regard. Not too bad at all. Gonna see those couple units, then we'll continue to gather around and just settle down for the next couple of moments. So we take a few moments here. Just wait to see what lies in store for us. The Resonating Glaives on the way up, the Adepts are on the way out. Bringing that through for a little bit of time. Nothing too crazy just yet as the units will continue to wander around. We'll see that Glaives. A fun follow-up when the opening from Solo has maybe not gone as well as he wants to. Definitely gets you into a position where you could maybe look to punish that a little bit. So, see how that's going to end up going here. Seeing the Lings getting a little wraparounds, the Adept getting caught. And yeah, a few roaches coming up. Obviously, defense going to have to be made. Glaives is about to be done, so we got to get ready for this ASAP right now as Solo, who definitely feels like he's in a little bit of trouble so far with what's currently taking place. See if he can get back on track and get this sorted out as the Adept's going to come through. The couple Lings going down. A few roaches. Honestly, not that many Adepts showing up just yet. I really thought there was going to be a few more coming about. Just get there, a couple of Adepties taking some shots. The Lings are going to get there as well. A bit more damage being done. The Adepts still taking some shots. Roaches getting through. The blink in the gate. Adepts still building on in. Just for the moment. The Lings are going to come back across. Really felt like Mana was meant to have a lot of success with this attack, and obviously that just did not come to be. So, a little bit surprised by that one. Forge on the way. The blink building through. Having our Ravager Roach building up as well. A few drones on the way out as we speak. So again, just a little bit of everything coming up right now. Let's just see a few Stalkers in position there. Going to turn the Lings back the other way. The Adepts continue to hit up with the Glaives. Plus one and Blink building. Yeah, Nexus coming by. The pylon coming about. The land, the drones coming through as well. It's going to continue around for a little bit longer. This nation's still going to move about as well. It's going to be obviously checking to see what's up. +1 on the blink, following in behind this. A little bit more work to be done there. Roach Speed is going to be on its way to Solar again into a more comfortable spot, but man, he's definitely delayed heavily on his tech here. Like, he is not in a pretty position in that regard. So a little bit of a tough scenario, no doubt. Let's just have the Lings coming over, +1 attack coming through the Stalker. He's going to get surrounded. The feelings is getting to the main base. Mana really has the tech, but not the unit count, it feels like, right? Like, Blink Stalker Glaives feels like it should have a lot of potential. And alas, here we are for the moment, so I'm kind of a little bit funky as just see the Roach Ravage continuing through. Roach Speed coming up. Having our Roach Speed, Ravages, again, a little bit of everything just coming through for now. Getting settled in right here. Stalker's coming across as well. The Roach Ravager Link still gathering together. Storm building, so Mana improving his position into a better and better place. It's going to be having the Ling Ravager, though, building up with Roach Speed finishing. It looks like Solar just kind of wants to go, go, go. Seems to be his plan at the moment here, so not a terrible one, pretty reasonable. Roach Ravager are going to fight through. A couple High Templar backing away. A couple of Adepts going to get to work on the drones. A couple Corrosive Vials coming down as well. So again, we get a lot of this building up right now. A lot of setup for the moment as we just see the Ravagers continuing to push on forward. Mana's on the Storm. It's just a question of can the Storm be effective enough right now. See what we can do here perhaps over the next few moments. It's going to be not enough. GG's. Solar going to take game 1. This is such a weird game from the initial aggression through to everything else that we ended up seeing. Kind of just a wild time. Get ourselves ready for game 2 in a few moments. And we'll get that up and running in a sec. But yeah, Solar takes the opening game. Who is Solar having the round of 8 if he advances from here? Gerald or ByuN? Oh, we might just be on this section of the bracket for a while today. Nightmare already into the round of 8 as well. Also, here on Creator in the round of 8. So man, a lot of the round of 8's already setting up super early today in the WardiTV Mondays. Hopefully they slow down and calm down a little bit. Need to, you know, get them to chill out just a teeny amount. Alright, countdown coming through. Tokamak going to be our second game of this best of 3, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Let's get into Tokamak and see what's going to go down. In the top right-hand side, our blue Protoss player, repping Team Liquidio, is going to be Mana. He's down a game against Solar. In the bottom right, our red Zerg as we enter game 2 of this BO3. Opening match for us today after a little bit of chaos at the very beginning. The maps disappeared and yeah, just an interesting start. Not one we're kind of expecting to have at the start of the day for sure. Definitely an interesting outcome so far. Hopefully I get sorted out. Hopefully that's not a long-term problem. You would hope. I'm just gonna see a little Chrono Boost coming about. For a moment or so. As that spawn pool comes in right there as well. Just gonna get that set up. bring that straight through. I'm just going to be seeing the drone with that probie moving about. So a little bit of back and forth for now. Nothing too crazy just yet. Oh. Spawn pool still building by. Hatchery coming online, as you can see. Things looking pretty regular here for the moment. Couple queens building, the Zergling's coming up as well, so we continue to get that on the way. Just going to be seeing the Nexus coming through, the probe is on the way up, queens and lings are producing by as well, so again, a bit of everything coming online right now, as the Stargate and the Nexus continues to get going. Lings get there, the probe gets chased back the other side. Coronavirus coming about, Warp Gate and so coming online, that Stargate not far from finishing. And Hatchery building through, just going to be seeing the Adept heading down to the other direction for a couple of moments here as well. And that Queen going to show up to push back the other way if at all possible. So again, a little bit damage being done for the moment as we put some work in. Couple Queens, Link Speed all building about. The Oracle and the Warp Gate coming online. Again, Hatchery still building. We'll get ourselves Lings about as well. Stalker just going to nibble for a couple of moments onto the Overlord and get some damage done. As that over is going to be taking some pretty heavy hits, going down very soon. Oracle building up. The Adept and the Stalker coming by. I'm just going to be seeing those Lings going to run about as well for a couple of moments. So again, we settle ourselves in here just for now. Oracle activates. A couple of Zerglings will take some damage. So a few shots coming through the Twilight Council and Robo Facility coming up at the moment. Oracle just going to run about and just going to be seeing a couple of the creep tumors starting to go down, so and little bits coming through for the moment. Just going to be having ourselves the Robo Facility, Twilight Council, Gates in the Nexus, pushing about for the moment here. Warp Prism and a couple extra gateways coming through as well at the moment, so again bringing a lot of that in to play at the moment now as the Rotron and the level continue up. Prism, Corona Boost on the Robo Facility. What does Mana want to really achieve here? Obviously, get onto the map, get some activity going. Obviously, has the Adept. Temple Archives is the choice, so just get those Archons out and harassing. Seems to be his gateway to feeling as though he's got a game plan, basically. So that's going to be the shot that we're going to throw at this. See how that turns out as the Oracle comes back around. The few Adepts are going to come shading across as well here, just for the moment. And a little Stasis Ward catch on a couple of drones as well. Also just going to come through for the moment as the Queen's going to be right there. The Adept's going to take some more damage. The Lings wrap around, catching the Adept also. Just going to be another nice little grab for the moment. Charge on the way up. The few extra gates coming through. Just going to be having ourselves the pros building as well. And we just have Archon still just going to be annoying and harassing the next little bit as the Archons really want to go after those Queens. To go back and forth, Queens trying to push away. Queens on top of the prism would be nice. They're going to get on top of it now, but it did start to unsiege in time. However, we're going to have to lift up very shortly here. Archon wants to get back involved. You just walked in Zealots, so you're looking for more damage, but now that prism's super low. I was going to say you're going to have to be super careful with how you actually get out of this, because you do not want to lose the prism, especially with the Archons inside. Look how low it is in the end. Man, they're pushing it to its limits here as he tries to pick up damage, but so far, honestly, unable to really do anything effective enough. I think he's, fair to say for now, definitely a little bit of a tricksy situation, so... Again, Storm on the charge, continue to come by. It's going to be seeing the prison continue to come about as well. And yeah, Storm on the charge will continue through for just a couple moments here. Coming around, a couple of Archons setting up. At this point, you've got to get ready to potentially play defenses, mana, just in case Solo gets aggressive. But we can see Solo is also on 83 drones. The Lurk and Hive on the way through. You can pick up on that info as mana, then obviously you can start setting up for your later game yourself. The Storm, the Immortal count is going to become important here as well. Quite a few things that kind of come up in these next few moments that are going to be, you know, fair importance, I would say. So things to watch for. +1 attack. The Immortal's coming by for a couple of moments. Ling's going to go running through there. Knight Templar coming about as well. And +1 missiles. Groove Spines continue to build into play. The Lurker Den is going to be finished very shortly as the Prism continues to come through. We are going to see the Lings back over to that right-hand side. An attack upgrade, Immortal Archon on the way. Templars and Zealots gather. The Roach is going to be nearby. Nexus wants to go down there as well, so again, we get that set up already. And man, I'm happy to just keep on macroing up, because that's exactly what Solo is doing. Now, as these Lurkers hit the map and they get their upgrades, we're going to start seeing the first real kind of threat of these Lurkers. We'll see just how powerful they can truly be. See what exactly they can get up to. I think that's going to be interesting in itself, to be honest. So excited to see what that potentially gives us here. As the Stasis Ward comes down. Those High Templars join. And yeah, can mana really deal with the... yeah, TLDR, can he deal with the harassment and the attacks of the Lurkers? Obviously, he's on his way to that Fleet Beacon and the additional Stargate. That's great kind of end-game kind of tech here. But kind of needs to get to that point in the first place. Storm coming down, a couple of Hydras going to get hit, the Ling's getting pushed around a little bit as well. I see a lot of units up to the top side, those Lings trying to get a catch. Archon's getting caught, the Prism will bring them back over to the other side. A few more Warpings coming through, a little Revelation, going to see a few of those Roaches getting caught in that Stasis, so, in that Revelation, so again we're able to gain a little bit more vision for now. Because the Lurkers are going to sit there, Storm on the right side, going to get a few catches, the Roaches and the Lurkers get forced back for the moment also. Another little Revelation looking to come down as the Prism sits overhead. We'll unload those Archons and try and put some pressure into play. So this is what Mana's been setting up to try and deal with. That's what he needs these Tempests for. That's what he needs everything else to finish up to help with as well. Lots of Immortals gathering in. I'm just going to be seeing the Lurkers going to jump onto that Nexus still. Continue to ping through this for the moment as the Zealots are going to chase over. The Lurker's going to be sat on the ground. A couple of Zealots getting hit. I mean, the counterattack is nice from Mana. Definitely going to distract, but he needs to be able to clean this army up. The Lurker's on their own. The Immortal's going to be able to connect. It's a pretty good fight as far as fighting Lurkers goes. They don't get to do much there, but in the end, Solar defends the counterattack across the map. He's put Mana down to 3 bases. And as a 3-base Protoss right now, you're struggling. His army's okay, but he's definitely not got a situation where he can kind of trade, rebuild, and trade further, right? That's the problem that's really in play at the moment. That's the issue I think we're going to have long term here as we continue through. Again, just back in position, Solo with a few of the Lurkers setting up. Again, the Templars kind of looking good. High Templars going to be a big answer to this. If they can get into reach to Storm right now, Lurkers are doing a good job zoning, honestly. One Storm coming down, a couple of Immortals there going to get struck at. Another Storm coming about, the army still gathered up. Nexus going down, the Oracle going down, the Prism's still right there. And this army, I think, is just doing enough. Solar looking good to move on through to the round of 8 today. Looks as though he's going to get there without too much of an issue. Yeah, honestly, it was kind of an interesting series, especially that first game. Felt like Mana was, honestly, to me, at least off to a bit of a better start than how it seemed to be in the end, at least, I guess. But that's GG's, and Solar is going to take game number 2 of this BO3. So Solar advances in. He's going to play against ByuN and Geralt, who are still playing right now. So ByuN and Geralt currently active, and they are 10 minutes in game, so we'll be waiting on them. Hero beat Creator already, so Hero's just in the semi-finals in record time. Meanwhile, Nightmare is waiting for Clem or Love SC2, who beat Rex. And then Showtime beat Classic. He's going to play MaxPax or Hearthstone, so a bit of a PvP section on that bottom side, it seems, with Clem thrown into the mix as well. Alright, we'll just wait for Geralt and ByuN to come out again, guys. Again, it's a bit of a weird day because the ladder maps have gone on NA. The ladder maps have gone, and as such, we are having to just play on whatever versions of the maps we can find, which is not ideal, but that is the current place that it sits in. So that's just what's going on currently. So that's happening. We'll run some ads and get ready for our next round. Like I say, I'm kind of waiting for ByuN and Geralt to come out of game. Once they are done, we can follow the next round in with Solar ByuN or Solar Geralt. I think it makes sense just to follow our Zerg because, hey, we might not see Zerg for the rest of the day if we stop following Solar. So I think we'll probably take that kind of route. Yeah, Showtime beat Classic, man. Revenge for EWC. If only he cracked that one out in that lower bracket, huh? Geralt came out of game, so we might actually have an update on that section of the bracket. Or at least another game we can hop into, although Geralt's gone offline, so I'm going to say that it's looking good to perhaps be ByuN versus Solar in the next round for the moment. Looks like, yeah. We're going to be hopping over to Korea. So let's get Korea on the way for ByuN and Solar. Some TVZ coming up. And, yeah, we'll get this ready to go. Perfect, guys. A little bit of ByuN Soul action and some TVZ. Always a fun one between these two. I think they always actually play some pretty entertaining games, so should be some good fun coming on through. Get this started in a few moments. Love it. Love it. Alrighty, guys. I think we're kind of getting to the point where everyone that remains in the tournament at least is able to kind of manipulate their way around the bug of the maps, so that's the good news. And yeah, like we'll say, what we're probably going to do is just ByuN Solar into the winner versus Hero, into the lower semi-final, into the finals. I think is probably what comes up here in today's WardiTV Mondays, in that order, if I had to make a guess. So, probably the plan. Perfect, some Tamer versus Zerk, as I can say, in just a few moments. Get this one up and ready to roll. Oh, it is warm today, by the way. It's freaking warm today. It's just kind of returned out of nowhere, I feel like, the last day or so. Oh, we passed all of the heat, but apparently not. Let me open a window, because I'm going to start sweating a little too much. Ay. Who's playing next? ByuN versus Solo is going to be our next match. And like I said, I think we'll just follow into that semi-final on this side of the bracket in versus Hero. Straight off the bat as well. Maybe if ByuN Solo is super long, the other semi-final gets ready first. Maybe we go there initially, but not 100% sure if that's the plan, to be honest. So yeah, I think we'll just go for the... I think the plan is to kind of do the top side first, but like I say, we'll see how long this ByuN Solo matchup takes. Is what it really comes down to. Lovely stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Hope everyone is doing well. So I guess people having an issue with the maps again. Ay, ay, ay. Not an easy day, is it? When's there going to be a pro nerf? Yeah, hopefully soon. Sick of these Protoss being able to mine. Alright, well, the maps do work on the Korean server, so at least in Korea versus Korea, we're kind of okay for the moment. So, okay. That's obviously fine for our series, which is about to get going here. Any server seems broken. Yeah, it's pretty messed up right now, to be honest with you. As we're going to have ourselves to the bottom left-hand side, the red Zerg player. This is going to be Solar. Taking on the red, the blue Terran in the top right-hand corner of the map. We are going to see ByuN. Number one of this best of 3. Let's see what happens. Tokamak, our map. Obviously on the Korean server we have the maps working correctly, so that's a good sign for us. That's a big W. Take those. Overlord just gonna gather the barracks on the way, the hatch casting pool all coming up for a couple of moments as we just see that barracks join together here. Command center coming in. The Reaper is on the way up as well. So again, just a little bit of getting everything settled now as we are gonna get broken for a second. Steadfast is gone.
Game paused.
It's dead slow. Wow. Brutal. Canada net. A good one. Alright, well, we take a few moments and reset from this at least. And we resume.
Game resumed.
Back into the action. Alrighty, guys, thanks for joining us. And thanks for a little bit of patience while things go wrong. Got our CC building up. We get this game sorted here for, I think it's in the next few moments. See what the plan is. Link speed building. Command center on the way. ByuN and Solar do typically play very fun games against each other, so generally kind of excited to see what the outcome may be on this one. As the Reaper hops up to the high ground, the drone will go down. It's gonna have the factory and the command center all still building up here, and settle down for a couple of moments. The CC is building through, the link speed online very shortly. Actually, very much so, still building right there as well. Now, Reaper just gonna bop the queen around for a couple of moments, so Reaper gonna get bopper-ropped. And yeah, we really do just have a couple of moments of seeing where we get to here as the command center starport keep on building in just for the moment. Queens will chase that Reaper. And starport coming online, the CC coming about, the Hellions on the way. Everything pretty regular early on. We don't see too much TVZ anymore, but like I say, when these two play each other, it does typically turn into some pretty fun games. So excited to see what the plan kind of becomes here. See what the guys show up with a little bit. Punching the Hellions, we'll just start through the couple of queens building as well. So again, all of that coming online just for now. Get rid of one of the Zerglings. These guys go back and forth talking a little bit. As just have, again, the Banshee Hellion obviously going to be ByuN's real way to kind of put some harassment down in this game early. The Banshees especially always have that opening. There's almost always a chance for Banshees to deal damage, is the great thing about them, right? Like, even if there's not an opening, you can typically make an opening for Banshees. That is, like I say, the really awesome thing for them, so that part is particularly nice as the couple of Hellions come through. We'll just be seeing the double Hellions making their way across. Stimpack coming by. Take a couple of moments as well. Queens gather. Reaper is going to drop a grenade. The queens are quite far forward, and the Hellions are going to look to try and catch a queen here. Now it's too far forward to kind of protect itself. The Lings are going to show up, go after the Reaper initially, which means the Hellions will get a queen kill. That's a queen for a Reaper. We take that. We're looking for another. We lose a Hellion right now in the process, which is maybe not quite as neat as you'd like it to be, all things considered here. Hey, what's up, Budget SC? Thank you so much for the Prime resub. 16 months. Love to see that. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Goes a long way. Thank you. Thank you. Let's just have the feelings. We'll open up a set of rocks here. Step back on the way from ByuN. Double engineering bay finished. So you can start some upgrades as well and really power into the bio play at this stage. Just going to start up with that as the queens will gather on the low ground. Things will be looking for the rocks here then. Look to knock that down. the next moment or two, and we just have this Queen's coming back across. Hellion's getting chased, and the 1-1 upgrades, and the combat shield building as well. Baneling Nest still building up, a couple hatches on the way through. Things will jump onto the rocks here and again begin to put that pressure on the hatchery. Over to that left-hand side, going to be a double expansion attempt from Solar. So you look for 2 bases at once. The idea being that if you can just get one of those up, you're generally pretty happy, and if you get both up, then even better. It's going to give you a choice of bases, and even it's not even just about that right now. It's about, you know, further down the line, if one of those bases get knocked down, just having the other one established already, just to send units over to right off the bat. It's very, very nice. So generally a very positive thing here at the moment is we just have Queen's actually getting caught again, man. We've lost a Queen already in this game now, getting forced to transfuse a little bit. There's this damage that really is going to add up over time. A couple of Medivacs, Tank, and Marines building through as well. The 1-1 upgrades and combat shield will be finishing shortly. And then the Lings are going to finish up that set of rocks. So rocks will go down. Hellions come through, the Zerglings get pushed back the other direction. Queens will finish off the rocks. The Bane speed going to be done very soon as well. Lang's going to run through. The Bane's going to be slow stepping forward. The Baneling actually connects on a few Marines on that bottom side. Tank's actually going to get jumped on pretty heavily as well. That will be a cleanup. So pushing this initial push of ByuN back. It wasn't free though. I mean, this did come at a cost. ByuN was able to take a good amount of Zerg down in this process, so was not bad. Let's just see the 2-2 upgrades and the Marines all continuing about. Siege tank coming over. The Marines gonna get a couple more creep teamers there as well. Queenling pulling back around, just going to be having the 2-2 upgrades, the Marines and the tank coming about currently, so again, a little bit of everything just on the way for now. Marines and the tank just going to come back around, the Ling Bane going to continue through again. These few Marines going to get caught. We do knock a couple of the Banelings down right off the bat there, so a little bit of damage being done. Marines just going to load back up and pull back over around also. As you see the army going to get caught. We can lift up. 60 Marines at least will be savable, but tank going down. Still feel like ByuN is finding okay damage. Resources lost is in his favor. So Solar is cleaning these attacks up, but he is paying to clean them up. And that's what it comes down to here, and the Terran likes that. You know, the Terran likes it if you're in a situation as a Zerg where you are having to put money more so than the Terran player into dealing with the attack. So, again, definitely puts you in one of the stronger positions here as ByuN. He's going to be pretty happy with where this is going for now, I would say. And, like I said, rightfully so. I don't think he's got any reason to be upset about how things are setting up at the moment as Marines coming through for a couple of those creep teamers. Chit-2's still coming about on both sides. I think it's going to get there. The Marines get lifted up once more. Solar during all of this has made his way to Hive, and while we're still used to seeing Solar kind of surviving to get to Lurkers, in this game he's surviving to get to Ultras. So he's going to go get the Ultras out and try to utilize those in his favor. He's going to be gathering. The Marines joined up as well. The few Bane's going to try and crash through onto these Marines, as we do see on the bottom side, the hatchery coming about as well for a couple of moments. So we go back and forth. Again, the kindness play and the Ultras on the way. A lot of setting up right here. Gonna have to pull back over to this. The Vipers are there. He's going to unsiege the tanks. He believes he can just evacuate them, which he's not wrong about. He actually does get to unsiege and lift those tanks up and bring them away. So that is going to be a successful evacuation for the moment. That ain't half bad as the Medivacs take some additional damage. A few more shots coming through. Ultra's about to finish. The upgrade still coming by. Just for now. The +3 armor upgrade comes about as well. Marines in the tank coming over. We continue to get that set up. We'll just continue to produce here as we just have the Lingbane Ultra Force gathering together. Marines getting surrounded. The Ling's coming through. Is ByuN ready to fight against Ultras? Is going to be the major question right now, and I think there's a very real chance the answer to it is just no, not really. He's actually doing fairly well, though. The Ultras are unable to connect, but we do clean up all the tanks. And the tail end of this fight for ByuN is really going to be where the trouble comes from. That's really going to be the point at which he gets into a little bit of a tougher position. As those Marines continue back the other way. And +3 armor coming up. The Marauder coming through. A couple tech labs coming by as well. Lots of shells building. +3 armor online so shortly. Things going to wrap around, and the command center gets cancelled, so Solar finding at least some aggression back on the other side. Now, ByuN still very heavy on just bio, and he is just going to go into a bunch of Marauders to help with this. He's going to get this hatchery and lift up and get out. One medevac went down to the Spore Crawler, but otherwise, pretty good getaway plan for the most part. +3 armor upgrade coming through, so ByuN is going to be seeing some additional upgrades shortly as well. Forgot the attack upgrade though. A ByuN special. Getting that armor before the attack upgrade and kind of running dry a little bit sooner than he should. And again, getting that base was nice, and the Marines even coming back in, going to get revenge on the Spore Crawler that took that medevac buddy down. The Ultra Bane going to come running across. Just going to be seeing the hatchery again in a little bit of trouble there. Taking a few more hits, taking a few more shots already. 5 Marauders coming up, a couple Widow Mines on the way. Add the medevacs into that as well. +1 missiles, +3 carapace. Again, just a little bit of everything coming through for the moment. +3 melee. The +1 missiles on that burrow continue to come about as well. One fungal goes down onto the medevac. The Ling Ultra getting through there. Knights of Duck going to get a full medevac as well. It's a perfect abduct target, quite frankly. So that's going to do a lot of work for you. That puts you in a pretty good place as well here. As that bio continues to come back the other way for a little bit. Just going to be seeing the +3 melee still coming through. The Lurker Den halfway done. Hatchery coming about for now. See the Ultras, Lings, Spains, Hydras, everything kind of just chasing forward here for a couple of seconds. You'll see the Ultras coming back through as well. Oh, a little bit of bio there. Going to jump onto a couple of those Banes, and we do have that damage being done also there, so not bad just yet. Pushing through is going to be the Bioforce still jumping onto these Ultras. So Solar is still kind of taking a little bit of a beating throughout this. Damage just keeps on being done. And again, over time is genuinely getting to a point where it's obviously adding up. The fungal growth coming down a few of those units as well. Obviously it going down, the Bio still pulling back. First Ultra going down, the few Zerglings going down as well. Again, just doing okay in that regard for now. Six Lurkers on the way through. The Ultra in production, +2 missiles, +3 melee. A little bit of everything coming by for the moment here as we just continue to set on up. All those upgrades coming about. Infesta coming in. The Lingbane on the way. Marauder +3 attack upgrade coming through. A couple of Lurkers in position. Going to keep those Marauders at bay right off the bat. ByuN is definitely kind of drying up a little bit in terms of the supply he's got available. Definitely getting into a little bit of a tougher situation. Here we go with the Lingbane Ultra looking for the wraparound right now. Just going to be seeing a lot of those Banes connected in. The Ling's getting us around. And that's going to be the fight that we're looking for. Like I say, ByuN was starting to look a little bit weaker there. And he does get jumped on in the end. And that's going to be our opening game of this TVZ. Going the way of Solar, who looks good. Looking to put a Zerg into the top 4 today, maybe. Showtime. Still waiting for MaxPax and Hearthstone. They're going to be playing on Hearthstone stream, I imagine. So I'd love to see just a little peek at what that series is looking like right now. It's like Hearthstone is defending against aggression of MaxPax. I actually think he's doing it as well. So maybe Hearthstone with a chance there. Oh, actually just had a really good force field to kill an Immortal. Okay, so Hearthstone and MaxPax are dueling. The winner of that plays Showtime. Meanwhile, we've also got Clem Nightmare on the same section of the bracket. The winner of that would also end up in the semi-finals. So that's everything that's going on. Hearthstone's playing Showtime. Is he? I thought he was playing MaxPax. I mean, it's not updated on the bracket. If he's playing Showtime, then he already beat MaxPax. So, yeah, I'm not sure. That's Showtime, MaxPax lost? Oh, awesome. Well, there you go. I mean, how am I meant to know? I tuned in to watch a PvP. Freaking Hearthstone didn't report the score. This guy, he's always making my life difficult. I bet he did this just so I looked silly. I bet he did this just so it looked as though I didn't know what was going on. So MaxPax is out already. Even crazier. I have an all-European bottom semi-final then on the way. Alright, for now, get into the second game. It is going to be Torches for map 2. In the top right side, our red Zerg is going to be Solar. Taking on ByuN in the bottom right side, our blue Terran player. WardiTV Mondays 49 next week, guys. Edition 50. My goodness, we are almost at 1 full year of WardiTV Monday Cups. Obviously, we've skipped a couple. We've missed one here or there, so we're not. We've probably been going for a year already, but with a couple missed. But yeah, the 50th edition next week. Isn't that exciting? Very cool. Down in the bottom right, Solar in the top right as we get this underway and we settle down into game 2 of this best of 3. Look to see what's happening here. Nothing immediately suspicious to start this one off. Interested in what our plan kind of becomes here for ByuN. I felt like he kind of had a last game where he was pretty good. He was pretty aggressive throughout. We're just going to step through. The couple queens, the couple of drones gather up. One drone going to get popped a little bit. And the Link Speed and the Queen continue to build through for a moment or so we get that underway. And the Command Center, Factory, and Reactor building as well. So far, so good. Triple CC from ByuN is no surprise either. Good economic start for him. Seems to be the plan for the moment. The factory swaps off the reactor, swaps off onto the reactor, and then the barracks is going to move on over to the tech lab in comparison. So Again, very typical move, get the Hellion count going. This is super normal for the matchup, so yeah, nothing really surprising happening just yet. Lings and that link speed coming through and online. Again, the command center building, a couple of Hellions, the Marine, the Stim Pack on the way as we go. I'm just going to see that one Marine getting underneath the Overlord for a couple of moments and get straight through and start dealing some damage. Stim Pack and Hellions building as well. Command center about to finish. Reaper hops up and is going to make a little dive through towards the main base perhaps here in the next couple of moments. Against him, going to be halfway done. A couple of barracks still coming online as well. Hatchery finishing, the drones on the way. The Queen's building up as we speak. And we just have again barracks and engineering base coming online for the next few moments now. Hellions get there, and a few of those Zerglings are going to get pushed back as ByuN drops the little giggle as so it's like, what? Factory swaps away, a couple extra barracks coming through. Hellions will just grab a Zergling. Catch to the top side, is going to drop that fourth base. It's going to again see the 1-1 upgrades, the combat shield coming through, the starport, barracks all building. And this is going to be right there as we see. The Queen's obviously able to deflect as well, so nothing going to get through over on that side. And we settle this down. As ByuN looks solid, going up to the 3 bases. Solo not able to penetrate through for anything just yet. Nest dying, a couple of barracks going to finish up. The armory still on the way. We have ourselves the Medivacs Marines. Obviously the 1 upgrades and combat shield both building through at the moment. The melee upgrades building, the Baneling Nest on the way out. That is halfway done as we speak, so and get that tech up and online. So you can obviously see where we're heading to at the moment as we need to settle this into play. He's going to step up. A couple Queens going to fire through. Ling's moving about. It's going to be seeing the Hellbat's going to be right there. The Banes stepping on forward. It's going to be seeing the Marines trying to get rid of a few of them. The Banes crash in. And those Marines get cleaned up. So this push up ByuN game does well. Not as efficient as the last game though. So already finding himself in maybe not quite as pretty of a position as he had early on. The extra Marines and Medivacs all building through. The factory building online, the infestation pit and hydro den now coming by as well. Baneling speed will continue to come through over the next few moments to get that up and online, and we'll be ready to roll with it. Infestation pit is next on the list as well. The hydro den also part of this. I was just going to be seeing the Marine Widow Mine force coming about for the moment. Just have ourselves the Banelings. Looking for the wrap around. The Banelings nearly connect. +2 Carapace is very much so on its way through. The Baneling speed nearly done as well. The infestation pit will be, very close to getting halfway done. ByuN stepping forward, Marines will come through. We're just going to load up into the Medivacs. do have the Jungle Claws coming about, 2-3 coming around, Medivacs Marines, the Widow Mine coming about as well. Got the extra barracks still on the way. Just going to see the Lings getting a grab onto the Widow Mine there. Jungle Claws about halfway done. The 2-2 upgrades are very much so still on the way along. Just going to have ourselves the Hive is nearly done as well. It's going to be big steps forward for Solo in this game, obviously with the Hydra Force out as well. It's going to be a bit of a different composition for him here than what we saw last time. Things get through, the couple of creep teamers going down. And it's going to run across the Marines, load back into those Medivacs. Game ready to try and get a defense going. I mean, there's a Lurker Den coming up. The Viper's already coming out, so the Hive's already ready. So we're going to have the Hive tech to help us get to the Lurkers here, and that's going to be the important thing to note right now, is that that is going to be the case. So we get ourselves all set with that for the moment. Look, then just going to be finishing shortly. The few Marines would like to try and push up this high ground. Lingbane continues to gather together. Right now, we're just kind of missing kind of value in this army of Solar, right? This is meant to be kind of sheer kind of just numbers. So it's kind of scary when ByuN is the one that's setting up a position and you're going to have to come fighting into him, but he does it in a pretty good way. The Hydra's actually starting to get after some of those Medivacs as well. We knock some of those down, and that would be amazing. It would really be a great way of slowing down some of this kind of persistence that ByuN can bring to the table at the moment. It'd be really nice if we can make something happen in that regard. Because of shells, 3-3 upgrades. Both continuing through. Marine Marauder Medivac on the way as well. Just going to be seeing the Hydra Lurker coming up. Plans, missile upgrade again, just a bit of everything still coming through. The Queen gets blasted, so the Queen will disappear. You see another Queen getting picked off as well. The army collecting back up towards the upper left-hand side. Things chasing forward. Medivacs caught in a parasitic bomb. Just a lot of damage. ByuN unable to split away from it apparently, so he just sits and tanks through. The Medivac's low. Hydra's capitalizing, getting some of these lower HP Medivacs killed off now. And it does feel like that is a major win for Solar. I don't know if he's got enough to step forward and continue through just yet, but just the baseline little bit of damage he finds for himself there is absolutely spot on. Doing a good job for himself right now, and again, just feels like this game is going to start getting more and more kind of pushed towards the favor of Solar here as the map control comes online for him, the additional bases come up. Doesn't have a ton of creep spread, which is arguably one of the things he may want to try and do something about. Try and get that creep a little further forward in front of some of his bases, especially as he starts to expand forward onto the map. He's going to keep ByuN distracted with the Nidus networks as well, which is just another whole problem that ByuN has to deal with, another whole thing for him to kind of sink his teeth into, and that's units that have to be kept back at home for that as well. As Solar will hit the bottom left-hand side, is poised on the front, is actually going to try and run into this mineral line in the front line. Couple libs will siege. Just going to see the Nidus network on that right side is going to be taking some shots that will go down in a few moments as well. Widow Mine, a couple of Lings going down. The Viper still very much so up ahead right now, hanging about. Liberators will siege once more, and we do have this army still pushing up. A couple of Lurkers getting chased away. The Lings would love to try and get forward there as well. ByuN is going to, find a hold, but only at a cost. Again, it's definitely not been a cheap few moments for him in the slightest. Just going to be seeing the few ByuN stepping forward, the Lings going down as they get jumped on. Hydra's actually trying to get rid of the Liberators here, trying to clean those up a little bit. extra Bane's going to come morphing in. The Hydra's building also, +2 missiles, +3 carapace. A little bit of everything still on the way up right there as the, again, advanced ballistics will come about. Get that Liberator count building. I'm going to try and get through to that mineral line. SCVs have to go pulling back. The Hydras boost the other direction. Just going to see the Bio stepping back over. The Burrow is going to come online. The +2 missiles and the +3 melee coming about as well. So you bring all of that through. Again, that advanced ballistics really not far from finishing up at the moment. So bringing that straight online. The command center in the bottom left hanging about overhead. Medivacs Marines coming online also. Orbital will re-land onto the central position. I mean, Solar has done a good job of slowing ByuN down, but there is this stage now where ByuN is getting more and more defensively set up. And as he gets more set up in this situation, you've got to be careful as Solar not to mess up, right? There's 100% a world here where you can end up in a lot of trouble and just attack in too heavily, throw too many units away, and just not get enough out of it. So these fights have to be very well thought out, even though it kind of just feels like you're being kind of chaotic and just kind of picking whatever you can find. It really does have to be a little bit more calculated than that. You'll see, I mean, the Knights on the right side, there's actually pretty cute couple of Lurkers were there already. And then the Lurkers at the front here have been able to break down this forward position. So yeah, Solar is not just mindlessly throwing his units at his opponent. He is a little bit more comfortably handling this and doing well. And like I said, I think that's very good to see, because there's absolutely a world where Solar is in this position and this game slips away from him quite heavily, because you just throw yourself into a defensively placed Terran, and that really does not end well for you. So, GG's, and semi-final number 1 will be set up, as it is going to be Hero versus Solar. Solar with the 2-0 over ByuN. So we'll get that ready to start off here, get this PvZ rolling, and we'll kick off into our semi-finals, guys. Hero versus Solar today is going to be the semi. Hero kind of bopped Solar the other day when we were watching Solar Hero in WardiTV Summer Championship, I believe. So we'll get that PvZ ready to start, guys. Got that up and running. Clem beat Nightmare, so he's in the semis as well. Still no update on Halston's section of the bracket. Looks like he is still in game. Alright, so yeah, Hero Solar coming up. Perfect. So yeah, we're gonna have just semi-finals, finals, it would seem. Does Halston and Showtime still playing, guys? I presume so. Yes, looks like they are. Awesome. Alright, so that's playing. We are setting up for the PvZ. Perfect. Wait, Nightmare beat Clem? No, Clem beat Nightmare. Oh, what? I said Clem's in the semi-finals after beating Nightmare. No? Oh, am I crazy? Oh, Clem's in the semis. The Hero Solar coming up as we get. He made me double check the bracket. I thought I'd just read the bracket wrong. Funny. Yay. Alright, shouldn't be long to get into this ZVP, guys. Like I say, Solo versus Hero coming up. To continue our way through this Monday Cup Edition 49. Like I say, Monday's 50 next week. How exciting. Not very exciting to come this far with the Mondays. You know what that means? We're halfway to 100! Actually, is crazy. How long do you guys reckon the WardiTV Mondays will go on for? Like, we've done weekly events in the past, and I think the longest we ever got to was the SE2 Improve weekly. Had, like, a lot of additions. I think that got towards 100, but not quite 100. Yeah, that went all the way up to edition 81. I wonder what caused that to end. Oh, that had a €10 prize pool. That's funny. Oh my god, yeah, that had a €10 prize pool 9 years ago, my goodness. What else did we do? We had a WardiTV weekly at some point as well. That wasn't bad. That had like half a year of events. Season finals. So loaded into the game is Terrence, so we're gonna have to regame this one, guys. What's up, Snoop088? Thank you so much for the 21-month resub. Thanks, Woody, for all the great content. Thank you so much for supporting it, mate. Thank you so much for resubscribing. If you're out there and you're enjoying the stream like Snoop, consider subbing up, consider supporting, help us to keep running these events. 100 years, 17 years. Yeah. Yeah, the Mondays have been very nice, but and they're they ain't cheap to run. I'm just gonna put it that way. Yeah, not cheap events to run. $400 a week is a pretty big drain on the bank accounts. So we have some people helping us out. OSC, Loco, Winter will helping to support these events and keep them rolling at the $400 prize points. So yeah, community support is strong. Have I thought about always having one of the newer game I cast so I can transition easier someday? No. There's 0 point having a second game I work on because, quite frankly, I already put so many hours into StarCraft 2 still that if I try and do another game, it's just not going to go anywhere. I don't have time to work on another game. I've tried it before, just doesn't make sense. I'm hard committed to StarCraft 2. Like, if we are the group of people that enjoy StarCraft 2 for the rest of our lives, then so be it, you know? That might just be the way it is, and there ain't anything wrong with that, you know. I mean, we might not be able to live off of it forever, you know. We might not be able to kind of live off it forever, but we will do our best. I think for me to move into another game, StarCraft 2 would get to a point where I'd actually just not be able to do it anymore, and then I'd have to, only then would I be able to full focus on something else. Because until then, I'm going to still try and run as much StarCraft 2 as possible, right? So, yeah. Top right side, the blue Protoss player here is Hero. Bottom left is Solo. Game 1 of this best of 3. EVZ. You love SE2 also, but you can't live with it forever. Why not, if it's good? People still watching Warcraft 3. People still watching Brood War, man. Like, as long as, like, the only thing that will genuinely stop StarCraft is if the servers just disappear, right? Like, that, I think that's the only thing. Like, people will still enjoy watching the game. As long as that's the case, then, like, there'll still be content to produce, you know? So, Oh. Good one. I think the beauty of StarCraft 2, I've said this before, but I think the beauty of StarCraft 2 is that the game is genuinely really good. Because the game is genuinely really good, I think it'll just be played for a long time to come. Is what it comes down to. Like, StarCraft 2 is genuinely one of the very greatest RTS games of all time, a genre that does not get made in the same way anymore. And as such, it's got kind of like it's got kind of like an agelessness to it, you know? It's got kind of like a time frame to it where a lot of other games don't. Because nothing's coming along that replaces StarCraft 2, you know? Nothing is showing up that's like, here it is, this is the StarCraft 2 replacement, and everyone moves on. Like, maybe may move on from StarCraft 2, but because it's a good game, it's still fun to watch. You know, and that's the thing as well, you don't even need people to necessarily play it. Even just people watching is a thing, and it's a great spectator sport, you know? It's a great thing to watch. You don't have to play it. If you've played it in the past, you roughly know what's going on most of the time as well still. You know? Yeah, I think the best thing for StarCraft 2 is that it's just not going anywhere unless we genuinely get something better than StarCraft 2. StarCraft 3 can replace, man. At this point, I'd be surprised if they actually made StarCraft 3. I'd be genuinely surprised if it didn't suck. I reckon I'd be a StarCraft 3 hater. You know, I really feel like I'd be a StarCraft 3 hater. You know, all these Brood War guys that hate on StarCraft 2 and we think they're silly, I would 100% be that, but for StarCraft 2 to StarCraft 3. I'm gonna be like, that's so different. This isn't StarCraft to me, you know? Can already see it. StarCraft 3 would be a mobile game. Look, if StarCraft 3 is a mobile game, we'll just have to cash in and then use the funds from the StarCraft 3 cash in to keep funding StarCraft 2, you know? You're just worried about me? That's okay. I'm chilling. I live the fortunate life of having done this for 10 years and haven't had a good time with it, and having been at the top of StarCraft as well in terms of StarCraft streaming for a long time obviously puts me in a pretty good place, so we're pretty cozy, which is fine. The reality is that I have wiggle room because I can, if things stop going as well, my first protocol is I would just start running less tournaments, which obviously has a negative impact on my stream as well, but like, there are things I can do to reduce my outgoing costs, because like if people watch less StarCraft, we will just reduce the tournaments we run or the prize pools. We've done it in the past. When the stream has dropped off, I was saying it the other day, I was saying, you know, realistically right now, viewership is down. The numbers are not what they were even earlier this year. And it's a little bit of a tough time. Like, the numbers are down. You know, a lot of our stream revolves around ad revenue, and the viewership's not there, so the ad revenue is suffering at the moment. There's not a lot of non-WardiTV events for me to cover, and when there is, there's like 7 English streams, so the viewership sucks on that as well. So, like, it's a bit of a tough time, and that may result in us scaling back to WardiTV tournaments, because I can't find enough ways to fund them. There's no sponsors coming through at the moment either. So, you know, when we do like the stream sponsors and stuff, when we play a game on stream for a little bit and all of that's none of that's happening right now. So, like, there may be a point soon where we scale back these tournaments a little bit, which is why the other day I was, you know, urging people to, you know, if you can support, then support. Prime sub, Greg sub. Again, genuinely just kind of sitting back and watching goes a long way as well. You know, even just watching through the ads and stuff, it adds up. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a cry for, like, making sure you support what you like if you want to keep seeing it, but that's just where it's at. And at the end of the day, if you have to scale back the tournaments, that's just going to be the first step, right? So, anyway, enough about all of that as BBB Dude comes in with... Okay, we can talk about the Prime sub. 52 months on the Prime. Prime sub, yes, just like that. We're actually very close to 700 subs right now, which I was talking about as well the other day, which is pretty incredible because 700 is not an easy number for us to get to anymore. We're about 20, 30 away. I think we got a few days of not having any kind of sub drop-off as well, because about a month ago we were in Saudi. So, yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, want to help us hit 700, consider supporting. But enough of me yapping on. We got a couple of gates, Nexus charging the +1. Coming on through, the Void Ray and the Stalker is going to go after the hatchery here for a couple of moments. Going to see a couple of those broodlings popping out. We're going to go and try and deal with those. So just going to pick away at that. And +2 attack. The charge upgrade still building right now. Settling on through as the infestation pit builds. The Hydra Den is cranking out the Hydras. And right now, this game is looking fairly darn reasonable, as we just have Hero obviously hitting the kind of the Stalker kind of vibe. Early game losses were pretty typical. I mean, I say typical, like, it was a lot lost from Solo, but I feel like that's typical in Hero versus Solo. Hero constantly gets a lot of damage done early in the game, is constantly able to put himself into very good positions. And that's one of the frustrating things about playing Hero. It feels like a lot of the time you're playing from a natural deficit right off the bat. That's obviously a little rough, a little tough, but it's kind of the way that it goes, so... Just going to see the Hydras join back up together here. Solo wants to try and make sure you can play defense if that Protoss army does poke forward, if those Stalkers try to utilize themselves here. Zealot's going to be there. The couple things getting turned around the other way. Just be seeing the Hydra's getting jumped on those. Hero just says, I've got a lot of stuff, and you do not. In comparison, just here, Solo missing some of his Hydras elsewhere, so needs to get those joining up with us. The Hydras do push back against those Stalkers for a little while. Hydra Ling back to the middle of the map. The Ling Hydra all coming online right here. Again, Robo Facility coming by. The Nexus on the way up. Those Hydras just getting on top of that base. Robo Facility will start taking damage. A couple Hydras going down. The Ling's taking shots. This counterattack of Solo is putting in work, man. Hero is a little bit strewn across the map and actually is going to struggle a little bit to deal with this. The Stalker's currently in some trouble. Does take down a hatch on the other side. Solo becomes a 3-base Zerg, which makes this Hydra attack effectively all in. He needs to really do a lot here. He's going to get rid of the Oracles, maybe. Got rid of one. He already killed the Void Ray. There's some Zealots showing up. Well, you can see the Hydra count is depleting, but maybe we did enough to get this done with reinforcements, right? Extra Hydra showing up, a few Lings slipping through. So those Zealots that are the issue. You don't have anything to tank for these Hydras, and you kind of need that right now. New Hydras on the way, but they're going to take a while to come joining up, and the Stalkers are going to start shutting off reinforcements as well, which is going to make this even more of a problem here. Takes this off over to the side. A few Hydras step away. That's going to charge up once more. Hero going to get there. The Oracle goes down, but again, the Hydras are kind of on their own. That's the Queen kind of in the middle of the map too. Not sure what that's really trying to get involved in. Sola did some good damage here. Hero starts to work on the rocks. Obviously, collapse that tower. Going to make it take a while for Sola to be able to kind of push through into that position again. Derek lets it happen now, though. Doesn't finish the rocks off. And this Nexus might be in some trouble. Looks like he's going to pull the probes and try and stop those from going down. But then we're going to jump on this from two sides. Stalkers on the left and Zealots on the right. And Sola kind of walked into the trap, with the base on the right side being a warping point. And Sola's Hydras get surrounded. And that makes this unsustainable. You cannot keep the Hydras in play when that is happening. That is going to make this very tough. As the Templar Archives continues through. 6 additional Zealots. 7 additional Zealots coming up as well. So those are going to charge through. The Ling Hydra is going to get jumped on. Oh, what's up, Patrick? Thanks so much for the sub for 6 months in advance. That's a freaking exciting sub if I've ever seen one. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The few stalkers pressing forward. And the Hydras are going to come about. And we're going to be seeing the couple of Lings and the Hydras gathering up there. The stalkers still getting chased away for a moment or two. Zeld's going to come charging in. Hatchery drone's going to be taking some shots as well. Bane's crashing through. I mean, defense is fine. Solo does get that base, but there's another base here, and those Hydras have no chance of being able to make anything happen on this location, so nothing we can really do there. I'm just going to be stepping up, though. In a larger fight, maybe we can take this, but obviously that group of Hydras that we saw had no chance on their own, which was the complaint I was seeing. Now a few more Banes coming about. And get those on the way. Hero is going to take this one, and that's going to be GG's, as it is going to be Sola's army just kind of running out. Stuff right there. Hero takes the 1-0 lead. For the moment. Everyone in! Swap, race check, and we'll get ourselves into game number 2 of this BO3 semi-final matchup. Any update on the bracket? No. Someone go tell Harston to report his MaxPax results so everyone else can report their results. That would be great. Let's jump in to the top left-hand side. The Protoss player here is Hero. Up a game against Solar in the bottom right-hand corner. So game number 2, Magnath coming about. Let's see if Solar can bounce back. Man, it's kind of crazy that Hero had such dominance against Solar before EWC. Completely shit the bed at EWC. And then has been in absolute control against Solar after EWC once again. What a time for Hero to lose sustenance against Solar in this matchup. Like, at this point, Solar beating Hero feels kind of wild. Never mind 3-0ing Hero. That really is more and more crazy the more you start to think about it. This game is looking wild as the Forge is down, the cannons start. Gateway at the front as well, so Hero's going to commit to full-on aggression right here. As you see the couple of probes nibbling at the drones that pull forward. Couple of similars building, the cannon and the gateway coming through. And the Forge is going to be sitting there. As we will see another assembler coming down. Gateway about to complete. So Cybercore coming by. The Roachron still building. Lings and a Queen. Continue to come through for the moment. Building speed will start. And Roachron is on its way. Bringing them through for the moment. As a couple of things go up into the main base as well. Stargate coming about. Just going to be seeing the Roaches and Ravagers. Continuing to gather here. Link speed building up at the moment. And Stargate coming through. Stalker and the Warp Gate continue to get going at the moment. Once he breaking out of this, Solar has to now have the Ravagers out, and he will try and break down this first cannon. It's going to go down. I mean, Hero, I don't think is going to be able to hold this position long. There's one cannon. Even the pylon and the gateway look kind of a little bit screwed here, to be honest, so not feeling like they're going to be able to get up to much right now. Having that Void Ray building in, the Oracle coming online, and the Link Speed and the Queen coming up, the units will get rid of that forward push. I mean, you've kept Solar on one base for an extended period, your own expansion is well on the way. Do we like this for Hero overall? He's got no gateway on the map currently. That part feels kind of bad. This Warp Gate finishes. I mean, I guess he's not in a rush to build gateway units, but he will not have a depth, for example, to help him defend a third location. And the timing's obviously going to be completely off from expectation in this game as well, so that's also going to be an interesting factor to kind of keep our eyes on here over the next little bit. So look to see what happens. Well, Queen's going to be in position, the Void Ray is going to get turned around. Matches will finish. Link Speed coming through as well. And +1 on the Oracle coming up. The Void Ray going to go in after the hatchery. And look to take that down for the moment. The Oracle's going to activate through. A few drones dropping. That's going to be seeing the Queen's going to be there as we continue about. Oracle's going to get rid of the hatch. I mean, this is nice, right? Delaying the third base. You want to slow Solar down as much as possible here. Ravager does go down, so we're able to make a little bit of a catch on that one as well. It's a nice little moment or two to help us along the way. And the Oracle, the +1 attack upgrade continuing through. See a lot of that continuing up right there then as we just have the and so coming up. The Oracle's going to activate through for a few drones, so a little bit of damage being done. A few shots coming in right off the bat as you just see the Oracle's continue to go after a few extra workers as well. So really not bad at all. Hero is in a fantastic position, man. Look at the supply. 42 to 33 workers up in army supply. The only thing he doesn't have is, I guess, Blink yet, but he doesn't really need it based on the timing of the game right now. Shots. Oracles got pushed around the other direction, so again we just chase around for a few moments. Hero is definitely taking control of this one again. Up a game already in this BO3. Looking for another finals. He won last week's event, so looking to get back there once again into that finals and looking for the back-to-back in the Monday Cups. Oracle's going to show their faces, and they get rid of a few crew tumors, which is always nice as well. So it's going to be a nice bonus on top of everything else. That wasn't so great. Oracle's actually flying to the Queens, and maybe just a little bit of reprieve for Solar, whose position is still not exactly great. And Hero, I mean, right now, I'd say Hero's only in trouble because he doesn't have Blink yet, right? Like, Blink is just going to make his life so much easier. Well, okay. So, Solo has like 3 rabbit. Like, that was it. I actually thought there was going to be more on the way. I hadn't looked at the mini-map, and I really thought there was going to be a little bit more of something else coming. And apparently that was it. That was the army. Cool. GG. That one's going to get wrapped up right there, and that will be good for game number 2. As we will head on over to Europe. So Hearthstone beat MaxPax 2-1, then Showtime beat Hearthstone 2-1. We're going to head on over to Europe for Showtime versus Clem. Up next, some TVP action, guys. How Zerg falls. But hey, at least you had a Zerg in the round of 4. Yay. Yay. I'll hop into this lobby and get ready for, again, Showtime and Clem. To ready up and go, go, go. Yeah, I mean, Solar attacked to basically just see, do you have nothing on the ground in the natural? Because maybe I can do something. And then when he saw, like, oh, you do have something, he just knew game was over. So obviously, clearly aware of just what the situation was there. And GG was had. And how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Look at that, 680 out of 700. We really are approaching 700, guys. Like I say, if you're enjoying the stream, you want to support, consider giving us a little subby. Help us along the way. Didn't miss a sub, did I? My dashboard's a little bit... No, we got the 6 months in advance sub. Appreciate that. Hell yeah. Cool. We are going into Clem and Showtime, BO3, kicking off right now on ley lines. Obviously, we're on the European server, so we can actually host the maps correctly. If you weren't here at the start of the day, the American server has officially lost access to the ladder maps, so... That's for not just on the ladder, but also just in terms of hosting them on custom games. They don't exist anymore. They're gone from NA. So I don't know what button they pressed, but it ain't a good one. As we go to ley lines. In the top right-hand side, our Blue Protoss player is going to be Showtime. Actually won one of these WardiTV Mondays against Clem in the finals not so long ago. And, yeah, that was really exciting because it's his first time he won one of these cups. As in the bottom left, the red Terran player is Clem as we get into game number 1 of our second semi-final of the day. Alright, alright, alright. Away we go. What are we expecting? Actually, I don't know. Clem played some great StarCraft 2 yesterday, some great TVPs against MaxPax and against Nightmare. He really looked super confident in those matches in the Summer Championship games, so coming into these games, kind of feeling like he might have a fairly similar vibe going. As the racks and the gas comes through, the gateway coming up and online. SCV building. That's probably just coming across to the bottom side. We'll check to see what's going on. Excited to see Showtime still playing well, man. I mean, taking out Classic, then Hearthstone who beat MaxPax is the way that his bracket's gone today. So PvP heavy, but yeah, Showtime playing some good games of StarCraft lately still. He was really in shape going into EWC. I really felt like he could have had a better run. Obviously, losing a Cure in Classic at second and third place in the tournament. Like, he probably lost to like some of the combined better players. Just unfortunate because I really, like I say, felt Showtime was at a high level going into that event. It's not the result he wanted at EWC, but yeah. Well, we just have the Adept going to chase a Reaper around for a couple of moments. And Twilight Council building. Cyclone on the way about. Adept is going to be there to push the Reaper back the other direction. So Reaper gets turned away for the moment. Chase back right now. is going to get there in an SCV. It's going to be taken out as the couple of Adepts continue about out the front. Just going to be hanging around there for a few moments. Hey, we get rid of the Reaper, and that's obviously going to be really nice. Denies any future scouting from Clem, and denies the ability to kind of hop back in and be annoying and so on. Just going to be able to work on that for the moment now, as we have the couple of Adepts coming over. Cyclone is just about going to slip on away from there without any issues. And Medevac and a couple of Marines will step about. The Blink is going to be halfway done. Again, Robo Facility still building here, done shortly. As the Stalker and 2 Adepts will come in after the Cyclones. The Cyclone getting chased about a little bit. It's going to step away for the moment. What am I going to drop into the main base? So looking for some probies. See what we can do as we see the first one of mine getting burrowed. Bang! 3 probes. And a bang for 1 more. Yeah, not going to save any wood of mines though, so Clem does not get any back into the medevac. It's a big deal. It's actually a pretty major positive here for Showtime, because that means you don't have to deal with the wood of mine drop returning at a later point in time, right? So as long as that's the case, that's a pretty big factor. That Blink very much so continue to come through for the moment. Stimpack is on the way. And the +1 as well. Stalkers will try and harass, but there's honestly not that many of them. Showtime focusing on the 3rd, getting the charge up. He's not built into a super high Stalker count early. It's only going to be 6 Stalkers out as of right now, so I can say that count is not exactly super high or anything just yet. Very regular numbers right now. It's still going to get a Blink into the main base with a few of the Stalkers over here. I mean, why not? You've got the Observer, you've got Blink. You may as well make use of it. It's just unlikely to really do much. Stalkers have to blink away. Good defense by Clem. Units nearby, and they position appropriately to be able to handle it. Marine tank, Cyclone is going to come through. Stalker can get locked onto. And we've seen the army continue to chase for the moment as we push along. Marine's actually going to get in. A couple of the probes already taking some damage, so a few shots coming through. 3 workers going down. Stalkers, Gates, and the Robo Bay building right now as we actually get rid of a couple of Stalkers. Clem on the push, and obviously losing units before this push arrives is not on the list of things that Showtime wants to be doing. That puts him into a much more difficult position. Losing units like that is absolutely just going to open the doorway for Clem to have a better time attacking. His 3rd base gets sieged onto immediately. SCVs even pull back toward the rest of the army as they actually have a moment or two to recoup themselves. I mean, Showtime just has to give up the 3rd base, but he does recognize that. He doesn't try too hard to defend it. Hasn't lost too many units just yet. Will now play the 2-base situation and try and see if we can recover from here, as the Zealots are going to stay out on the map. It's important because that could be the flank onto the siege tanks eventually. And there's not a lot of units outside of the Zealots, though. That's really, really not. The army trying to step forward, the couple tanks stepping through. The warp gates will take some damage. 2 sentries, another Colossus on the way. This push obviously looks scary. We've got to break through it at some point. 4 siege tanks here. And as the bunkers come online, this becomes more and more terrifying. So again, it does feel like you're on a little bit of a reach to deal with this sooner rather than later. But you're on our way to I mean, I guess we wait for Colossus 2 at this stage, right? I guess we've waited so long that waiting for Colossus 2 probably doesn't matter too much. The Zealots are keeping some of the reinforcements back as the SCVs try and go home. The Zealots even chase them. So you be careful not to chase too far forward. As the next Colossus pops, I do really feel like it's time, because we're losing space on the natural. So how much longer can you realistically wait? That's not even a fast warp anymore. The pylon Not connected enough to the Nexus. In the middle of the map, those elves are genuinely still holding off reinforcements, mind you. I'm going to say that might actually just give you the chance to break out. The Nexus is going to go down, though, so the natural falls. You can see Showtime doesn't want to fight. He knows he needs the Zealots. He got too caught up chasing reinforcements. He's expanding over here. One probe was out of there. Probe facility will go down. We do not have range of the Colossus, so if they step forward, it's going to be an instant right-click with the siege tanks. Target fire them down. I think Showtime is in too much of a troubling spot, to be honest. I think this one is a little bit too far gone. Yeah, he's just going to go. He really can't wait much longer. He knows it. And we've been saying it. So he's going to try and bust out. But Clem still holds the double army supply situation. And is looking very good here in this game one. Showtime just not quite having the prep he needed. And losing a few of the Stalkers obviously did not help him in this kind of cause. I actually felt like he was pretty close to being in a okay spot, just not good enough in the end. As the Liberator siege is up, the Colossus is still firing. Colossus goes down, sentries go down. GG says Showtime. And Clem is going to take, like I say, this opening map of the BO3. Semi-final 2 starts in Clem's favor. We'll head into this next game. Just a few moments. As they will be hosting up. I don't know what the maps are, so we'll just go along with it. I'm looking to make it a PvT final this week. It would be against Hero if he was to advance. Hence the PvT. Obviously, Showtime can make it a PvP final if he brings the series back. Just a best of 3, 2 maps. It's not impossible, right? Say Showtime can do it. I wouldn't favor him to do it, but it's possible for sure. To get ready to go. Everyone joins into the lobby. It's waiting on Clem, and we will kick this off. Counting down into game number 2. Gonna keep staying pros, putting their builds and naturals wrong. The problem is, like, you kind of want to wall off early against some of the Hellion Reaper pressure sometimes. It can help. It comes at a cost. The Robo and the natural is actually very useful because it means, in theory, your units, especially if you have to hold toward the third base, your units are popping out closer to the third and your natural and just where they're typically needed. There's also limited space in the main base that isn't going to be a... There's limited space in the main base because the main base is very droppable as well, right? So if you put it to the corner of the main, you could almost argue that that's much more concerning than having, you know, especially a tech structure like in the natural. You know, having it on the edge of the main base is potentially just as problematic. Top left-hand side, Showtime. Bottom right-hand side, Clem. Game number 2 of this BO3 starts here with Clem leading the series at 1-0. It's rough though, because you wall off for certain reasons and then you get punished for it later in the line, down the line as well. It's some of the risk versus reward that you just have to take. Barracks coming down, refineries coming up. And the barracks is going to be finishing in just a few moments, so we get that racks completed. There's the side core and the Nexus coming on through. Have the Adept and the Warp Gate building up. Factory in the Tech Lab coming along. Just take a few moments here as the pylon will go down to the bottom left-hand corner. That gets a shed right on top of the Reaper, which means, oh, I was going to say probably 2 shots, but just didn't reach for the second. And the Reaper will begin to do its kiting here for the next few moments. Again, CC and the Cyclone coming online, we get that going. Just going to be seeing a couple of gates coming through as well, so a little bit of setup for the moment as the Reaper hops up, Reaper pops down. All the depths will just come through. The Twilight Council and the probe is building up as well. Let's see our bunker coming about. Focus the depths together, actually going to push in. The bunker's done. Cyclone ready to play defense as well, which is obviously a pretty big part of this. Now the tank can siege. Looks as though it's going to be okay. It goes down. Stalker's the one that gets popped back for a few moments, so we'll chase away on that guy. The Adept going to try and come through once again, looking to push on forward for the moment here. So getting that set up. Moving on the way, both those barracks coming through as well, so we continue to bring that straight in. Get that all going here once more. As Blink finishes, obviously Showtime will get a bit more mobility on the map and a bit more of a chance to poke around here or there. Try and really find his way through to getting some damage done, so we'll see if that's something he can maybe get to work for himself. Otherwise, Clem just on his way to that Marine tank force, just getting those numbers up and getting ready to really settle into a good position here as the single Adept is going to go shading out toward the natural. The engineering base coming online, the stim pack is starting. It's not far from being done. A few additional Marines coming online as we speak. Just for now. +1 the stim will continue to come on up, moving on through for the moment. Temple Archives, Blink, and probes building as well. Depots will lower. Stim +1 on the way in. Just having the, again, Temple Archives and the Nexus coming through for the moment. Charge on the way up. Battery coming online. A little bit of everything still building by for now. Is able to get a probe, so it's going to be a nice catch. And Stimpack Combat Shield and +1 building as well. So that storm building on it through. Charges on the way. The gateways and the Nexus coming online as we speak. And just got Storm Charge building through there, and the gateways coming about for the moment. Have ourselves the Medivacs tanks, Marines, Stimpack Combat Shield and +1. A bit everything really does just come on in here. As that Bioforce gets its upgrades, we're going to start moving forward. As the 4th and 5th barracks finishing, so Clem looks as though he just wants to power through in this game. Steps to the left side, looks to take this gateway out to begin with. The pylon will go down. Marine's going to be able to get there. We are going to see our Stalkers backing away. Storm and Charge about to complete. We'll move Clem back to the middle. Again, a couple of gates. The pylons all coming up. Probes on the way as well. Clem just has a massive army. Now, what does Showtime have against it? High Templars. But Storm. That's going to be the key. If you can get the good storms off. But it's all about where those tanks can get to. If those tanks get into a really good sieged up position, like this can become very miserable very quickly here, I think, for Showtime. Because those tanks sieging are just going to have so much potential. Storm's going down, both the tanks getting caught, the ByuN continuing to fight. A lot of kills coming through. We'll just have the Archon's getting jumped on, chasing as well. It's going to jump onto the Nexus. The ByuN going to step over to the side. The Zealot's going to charge through here. It's a little bit of an attempt to play cleanup. Clem's army has obviously dropped a lot, but he's got a lot of ByuNs remaining against what is just a few Stalkers. Those units are going well towards the end of this. A new tank sieging up. Obviously, all the rest of the tanks went down. All the High Templar now gone apart from that one into maybe an energy recharge. I think Showtime's got this as a defense, guys. He's going to push Clem back here. And he is going to get the defense. The defense is good, and Showtime will level this series 101. Defense great. Very nicely done. And we are going to go to Game 3 of our series. The Monday's semi-finals heats up a little. Let's see what this third map will be in just a moment. Why does it sometimes look like 6 Marines are beating 8 Stalkers? Marines can be pretty good against Stalkers if they're stimmed, and the Stalkers are already a bit low and they can't blink away and they're in range. Marines have crazy amount of DPS. That said, I mean, 6 Marines shouldn't be 8 Stalkers, so... It's probably a little bit of, like, they actually do, like, have the power to look good. Just, it's not actually enough to get there in the end, right? Yeah, 2 Marauders are hidden in the back, yeah. That too, that would go for a lot as well, for sure. Ready, GLHF, we get set to go. So we count down into Tokamak and get this ready to rumble as we have our next game coming by. I was usually still careful with those pushes. That one did not manage to go his way. So we line up on Tokamak here. Game 3, the winner gets to play hero in the finals. The bottom left-hand side, the blue Protoss player. Putting up a fight right now, it is Showtime. Taking on the red Terran. In the top right, we've got Clem. As we start this off, away we go. Alan coming through and getting settled down. A couple of refineries in the barracks coming about right here, so we settle that into place. Rope will get chased around by an SCV as it comes to scout, tries to see a little bit of what's going on in the early stages. Just a little bit of scouting about there for the moment. Orbital command coming through, factory building, marine next on the list as well, bringing all of that up and online. The Cybercore Nexus both building into play just for now. Double factory from Clem is obviously going to be very unique. So one at home, and one proxy to maybe try and make this look not quite as proxied as it is, right? Like maybe make it look as though there's not one out on the map. A little bit of trickery perhaps here from Clem. So the Cyclone coming up proxied as well. But on the way is Showtime. Well, he's going to see everything here. And the Stalker is going to get the SCV. And then we will not go after the Marine because obviously the Cyclone is close to coming out. This Barracks is just going to lift and is going to provide high ground vision. And I guess the factory at home is going to be just Cyclones too. We're genuinely just going to go for a good collection of Cyclones here early. Going to make it difficult. You're going to need batteries because you're going to need to make sure you can heal up the Stalkers as they step forward to hit those Cyclones. They're going to stand in range of the Cyclones. So batteries will be essential. The other essential part here, I actually really like that we're seeing the Mag Field Accelerator on the way, obviously, from Clem. But I actually think that, obviously, that powers up that Cyclone lock-on. That's why the Robo is so important from Showtime. Because now he can get a Prism out, and I think a Prism might be the priority, because if he gets a Prism, he can break lock-ons, and that's going to really minimize the amount of damage these Cyclones can do, and that should really limit the amount that Clem can get done here in this deciding map. As the Robo finishes, let's see what Showtime's choice is. Immortal also feels very tempting in this scenario. Damage output also feels good, but like I say, I think the Prism is just that good that it may be a priority, and it is. Started up right now. So there you go. Prism on the way, and that's exactly why you build it, because again, the ability to break lock-ons is just so freaking powerful. The two Cyclones producing at a time. Obviously, one of them has to run from all the way across the map, so reinforcements do not come as immediately as like a proxy may suggest, because some of the reinforcements are not proxied. That's worth thinking of as well. And like I say, look at this. The Prism's here, and immediately we're just like bang, bang, ready to lift up. Actually leaves that one Stalker locked onto. He's near the battery. It's not as big of a deal, but it's still battery energy being drained. That one Cyclone's super low, by the way. Stalker's currently wasting, what I would say, it's quite a lot of shots actually on the barracks. Well, the battery's putting in work as Showtime taking a while to actually lift off and, again, break some of these lock-ons. Now he's going to start losing his batteries, and Immortal on the way too. The Stalkers want to step forward. That one Cyclone that was low before gets away again. The SCV had been repairing it up a little bit. Shots back and forth once more. Now that Prism very nearly going down. The rest of the Cyclone's going to step back. A Stalker going down here. Another Stalker going down. Immortal and two more Stalkers building up again. Cyclone's locking on. The Immortal has to lift up and drop back into place. We'll see the gateway building through. A couple of batteries on the way. Showtime is up 9 workers. Clem is still 1 base, by the way, so obviously noteworthy as now 2 Immortals are going to be out as well. It's a lot of damage output, but that's what the SCV pulls for, to try and tank some of these shots. SCV is going to come from the other side. I don't even hate that so much for Showtime, because he can lift with the Prism here and just micro. He has got new batteries on the way in the next couple of moments, so he's going to have the healing to save himself there as well. The Prism, though, going to go down. No, Prism gets saved. And Clem knew that that was his chance and his opportunity. Showtime takes Clem out 2-1. And it is going to be Showtime and Hero into the finals with some more PvP for Showtime today. He's been on a PvP roll, having a great time. That is going to be that. GG's. All right. Guys, we are going to take a couple of moments, and we'll jump back into more StarCraft with the finals. After a quick little break, I'll be right back with you. Into the finals of today's WardiTV Mondays. It is Showtime versus Hero. It's actually kind of, like I say, an exciting one if you ask me, because I do really look at this and I think it's so cool to see Showtime up in the finals once again. Showtime has been in finals against Hero before. I believe he lost that one 2-3 after he had the chance to close it out. That was edition 29. His only other time in the final, he won against Clem, who he just beat again in that semi-final just then, to move into this finals today. So Showtime, third finals, second time to play Hero in a finals. Last time he took him to 5 maps. Can he go one step further this time and take a series? Or is that asking maybe a little bit too much as we get into the top right corner? The red Protoss player is Showtime, and the bottom left blue Protoss player is Hero. And as we see what the hell PvP has in store for us in today's grand finale of WardiTV Monday event. Hope you guys are all feeling good. Hope you guys are all feeling okay. Good to see you all. Again, if you're enjoying the WardiTV Mondays today and the content and the stream, do consider supporting the channel by subscribing, donating, cheering. You can also check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/WardiTV, where 100% of your pledges go directly into StarCraft 2 tournament prize pools. So if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more of it happen, you want to guarantee that these players get paid for giving us great games, then do consider, like I say, the Patreon page. Check that out. Again, just a little heads up as well. We've got some people here. A reminder of what's coming up this week. It is WardiTV Summer Championship Playoff Week. Tuesday, tomorrow, and then Thursday will be our final 2 days of the $5,000 Summer Championship. Clem, MaxPax still alive in that one. They are setting up. They played an upper bracket semi-final yesterday. We've also got Hero, Classic, Q, ByuN, and others still in the competition. So you can join us for that on Tuesday and Thursday. Friday will be the Leo Cup finals. And then I'm probably not here Saturday and Sunday next weekend. I'm definitely not here Saturday. Sunday is a bit iffy, but probably not. And then I'll be here on Monday next week for the WardiTV Mondays edition 50, which will also be the wedding sellout edition. It's probably my last stream before I get married, so I'm gonna do. I guess I can justify one time in my life. It's the only time I do a final stream before getting married. It's gonna be a sellout stream. Well, it's not really gonna be sell. We'll just mention it a couple times. If anyone feels generous, we'll capitalize. But yeah, that's probably the case. And then after that Monday, it's probably gonna be about a week and a bit of me not being live. We've got people traveling in for the wedding and stuff, so I'm gonna be sorting that out. Obviously, getting people where they need to be and just getting last final things sorted out and all that kind of stuff. So just, like I say, the 1 week, that'll be about a week before, and a few days after I'm going to be going away as well, so, yeah. By finally marrying Roddy, yes, me and Roddy are getting married for the sake of StarCraft 2. It's so we can adopt StarCraft 2 as our child and claim it off of Blizzard, something like that. I have a registry. We do not have a registry. Registries are like this really crazy thing where, like, a lot of people ask this and I'm like, I don't even know what I would put on a registry, you know? Take a month off at least. I cannot take a month off. I'm going to be taking a fair bit of time off because the few days after I'll be a little bit caught up still, and then obviously the few days before. And at the end of the month we're going away for a few days as well, but yeah. Yeah, it's I don't even know what you I don't even know what you like ask for as a gift on a registry in this day and age. Like, to me, there's just like we're fortunate enough to have already moved into a house and got sorted out in that regard, so we just don't really need any, like, we've already done like the whole moving stuff, so like we don't need like appliances or any of that kind of stuff. It's just random goods from Amazon. Alright guys, well, you see there's Pokemon set that's coming out soon. Okay, look, my registry is just Twitch subs, but not yet, because actually next week September starts, right? So how about you guys just gift subs during September when it's cheaper for you guys and I still benefit just as much? How about we make that the wedding registry? Because then Twitch isn't even getting that much out of it as well. Crazy, right? This game is obviously a little bit of aggression from Hero, who is going to work through his gateway. He is expanding back at home, so obviously just trying to get damage done and keep Showtime pinned in for a little while. The more you can do that, the better off you're going to be. For a nicer kitchen or cooking things. Yeah, I like I said, I guess we're just fortunate we've got a kitchen, which is very much so good enough for now, I guess. I think eventually we're gonna replace our kitchen, I guess, but like, yeah, I don't know. I never really thought about this, and then everyone keeps asking. Yeah, we've just been asking for money to the honeymoon, so that's exactly what we've been doing Wigglesworth. Yeah. Okay. Twitch gifts a whole kitchen. Yeah, can you imagine? Am I doing a bachelor party? No. I'm too busy casting StarCraft too. We tried to we talked about it, and then I was like, when would it even be? Like when there was no time for it. I was casting all the time, so no, nothing like that. Just chill. Maybe we'll do something like later in the year, but like, also it's really hard to do a bachelor party when all your friends live freaking everywhere. You know, it's not just like we all live like within like 10 minutes of each other or something. Even my friends in the UK all live like freaking hours away, you know? So yeah, kind of a tough one. Kind of a tough one. What was I looking up? I was looking at when September starts. I actually had a message about this recently. Oh, here we go. No, that's not it. Where was it? I have no idea. Oh, subs in September. Nope. I'm just gonna Google it. Hang on. Oh, here we go. September 2025 FAQ. I'm pretty sure it starts next week already. Starts Friday, August the 29th. Yeah, so next week we'll be able to just do, yeah, next week we can just sell out for, money off subs. And bonus gift subs as well. Oh, that's from September 26th. God damn it. Okay. Never mind. Maybe September's a scam for us. Never mind. Okay, scrap that. September plan's terrible. A TSI party at Abacus? Mythic, what's up, man? Yeah, I mean, Abacus is gone apparently, no? This is the last I got updated on the Kettering clubbing scene. Abacus is no more. Isn't that terrible? Alright, let's actually talk about this game, guys. Sorry, I got completely caught off track. A little mention and just talking to my Twitch chat. How dare I talk to the community, right? It's the typical stance that we take. I mean, Hero's obviously done a good job, but I actually think Showtime's done a good job bouncing back out of this, and this is not really kind of anyone in particular scenario right now. The Stay Swords are very nice to Showtime as well, actually. They're going to be able to do a lot for you here. So that's definitely a little bit of a positive as well. A couple of force fields coming down. Just going to have ourselves the time being bored. The Immortal needs to be careful. There is a prism nearby. We can shoot that Stasis Ward as well. Ooh, don't walk up into it. Hero looks as though he's going to waltz right into that first Stasis Ward. Should be able to kill that off then without that doing anything at all. Sends one Stalker in even. That works. Ooh, gonna see Hero just gonna dive in, gets rid of the prism, so he removes the micro potential. That means the Immortals of Showtime get a little bit caught up and they go down extremely quickly. Is that good enough from Hero? It may just be. Showtime is in a scenario where he doesn't have tech beyond this. He doesn't have blink on his Stalkers, right? So they're way less effective than the Stalkers of Hero. And getting rid of the prism really went a long way. The Stalker stepping up on that top side felt like a bit of a mistake as well. And Showtime's going to lose out in the end just about. Hero making this attack work. Man, that really was actually pretty darn close. Did not think that was going to look like that. But that was... I actually felt like Showtime was going to be in a bit of a better space. Is Clem in Korea? No, Clem is in... Europa. Yeah, Clem is in Europe. Yeah, I don't think he went back to Korea after EWC. I think he just came straight to Europe after. He went on vacation for a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's been in Europe the whole time. Europe or vacation. Alright, game 2 coming up is Showtime and Hero will host us into our second game of this finals. Hero gets the 1-0 lead. And we get ready to rumble. Having friends as an adult's like that, yeah, this is what I mean, man. Like, It just feels weird to ask loads of people to travel. Hang on, map issue, guys. Apparently, we don't even have a TLMC version of ley lines. Alright, let's try this one again. Just try and get this host up. Getting a little bit awkward here. Let's get ready to kick off. What's up, Jeff? Thank you so much for the 100 bits. Morning, Wardy and Ellie. Thank you so much. Make sure Ellie gets her cut of that. Where's the honeymoon? Katowice. So, well, we want to go to Singapore for our proper honeymoon, but we want to go to Singapore in March. So we're not going. So we're going to go on like we're calling it the mini moon. We're going on a little mini honeymoon to Rhodes at the end of September. Making our honeymoon, I know. It's because I went back last year, Mark, and we freaking loved it. Turns out it's a great place, huh? Yeah, and then, so we're actually going to go to Rhodes for an extended weekend at the end of September to have some chill out time after the whole wedding thing, you know. And then do a proper honeymoon next year. But we're going to call all of it the honeymoon, you know. I mean, surely any holiday you go on for at least a year after you get married is a honeymoon. Surely you tell that to the hotels at least, right? You tell that to the hotels at least. That's our plan. 200 IQ. Showtime in the upper right. And it is going to be Hero in the bottom left as we get this one underway. Kick this off into action. Do we get a honeymoon discount? No. But you know, maybe they'll give us like a maybe they'll give us like I don't know, maybe they'll give us like a freebie. You gotta try claim something, you know? You gotta try and make the most of it. We spent enough on the wedding, may as well try and take some benefits from the whole getting married thing. Should have had a Pokemon registry. Honestly, yeah. I mean, Helen doesn't, you know, maybe it wouldn't have been really fair for Helen. Everyone just buys us Pokemon cards. Turns out they're mostly for me, but yeah, I maybe that should have been our registry for people who want. If only it was easy enough to buy Pokemon cards, we could tell people to buy them for us. You know? Jeez. Probably nibbling around. Let's take a few moments early. Zelda the Sentry coming through. We take a couple of moments. Sentry coming about as we just have ourselves the Warp Gates coming up. And we're going to see where PvP brings us. You can see a little blockage on the low ground here. Both players doing the same thing, same idea. It doesn't cost much to block, and the block is fairly impactful, so the more we can do that, the better off we're going to be, the happier we're going to be. Again, Warp Gate coming up on both sides. Stargate and the Cybercore coming up as well. Cybercore obviously really does help to block that for even longer, so again, very effective here so far. Just have... yeah, Showtime going to struggle to expand during this. Stargate finishing from Hero, and Showtime going to throw the Twilight Council down now as well, so gets that set up right off the bat. hallucination just gonna fly on through into the main base. Oracle is going to come about, a couple of probes. Just going to get jumped on. Well, we are going to see Hero able to get in for 4 workers. That Oracle may die, though. Yeah, okay. That's actually okay for Showtime, then. Yes, you don't want to lose workers, but hey, at least you're getting rid of the Oracle. Removing the Oracle from the situation is a major, major positive, so that's a massive plus. Power Council still coming through. The Nexus is going to finish up in just a few moments as well. Good depths coming across the map from Hero, looking for more pressure. Showtime's going to be on that faster blink, so an opportunity for him to maybe make something happen with that tech advantage. It's definitely one thing that's going to be favorable for him as those couple of depths continue to shade on through. A few depths warping in, your depth shade into the main base, going after a few more probes. 2 workers, 3 workers going down already. 4, 5. That number will continue to increase right here. Stalker's going to shoot the Adept going down, the Blink continuing up on both sides. Stalkers continue to come into play, and we just have the Adepts still joining up together just for the moment. Let's get back into the main base. A couple Stalkers going to be in position. And defense from Showtime, not letting Hero do more than he should need to. The thing is that Showtime is still significantly behind when it comes to the worker count. So he does trail worker-wise, and can he make enough happen with these Blink Stalks to make up for that? Like, Blink gives you so much value, but does it give you enough value? It really does sit here as our question. Force Field's coming down. We will catch that high energy sentry from Hero, so that's going to be 1 less sentry to work with. I think it's not far from finishing from Hero. I really does feel as though this is probably going to be okay. Stalkers going to be going after some Stalkers. Like I say, make use of that Blink while you've got it as an advantage. But yeah, he's not going to do too much. And Showtime during this has been catching up on workers, and he establishes a 3rd base. So Showtime is going to try and take some advantages from this position and to work toward that. Just going to see the Stalkers pulling back to that upper right-hand side. Gates coming online, the robotics facility finishing soon. We just have ourselves a Stalker sentry still set across the front here at the moment. And we just have a chance to maybe step forward. A few Stalkers will take a couple of hits. The Nexus coming through. Gateway just going to build up as well. 2 more gates on the way from Showtime. Oh, going to get Blink forward. A couple of Stalkers going down. Sentries may be in some trouble as well. Stalkers will really come chasing through. Showtime, I think, has plenty to defend with. Hero obviously feeling the need to deal some damage. A couple of hallucinations will tank some shots at the end of this, but he kind of needed to. Hero's just sending this. He blinks straight in again, and Immortal shows up. We blink back defensively toward our batteries. With the Immortal doing so much damage, this is not looking good for Hero at all. And obviously, he did not have the blink away for a long time there, so he just had to tank a lot of shots. And now Showtime makes the jump onto this. Looking as though we are going to have ourselves a pretty successful game number 2 here for Showtime. There is a warping up on that top side. Wants to be a little careful as that gateway sets up. Doesn't want to waste shots on the gateway if the Stalkers keep coming through. We should see reinforcements here for Showtime in a moment as the Immortal tries to step away. But the Stalker's getting hurt during that, and again, you put yourself on Blink cooldown, and a new Immortal shows up as well. And that's the expensive part you can't deal with. Another Immortal is not something you're set to deal with at all right now, is the reality of this. So, looking as though we're going to have Showtime able to defend. I mean, Hero gets the 3rd base up during this, but now Showtime, charge on the way, Prism coming up, extra gates. I think Showtime knows that if he just sets himself across the map, he's very likely going to have a successful attack. So I imagine that's going to be a pretty big factor for him in terms of deciding to go out the other side. More sentries coming through, charging the forge coming up as well. Stalkers blinking around, doing a little bit of zoning. Stalkers do get through. Both those adepts go down. The Nexus takes position on the 4th base, so Showtime just going to try and extend his lead. Hero is he calling workers? It's army supply that he struggles on at the moment. It's going to be where he's lacking as of right now. And +1 in charge still coming up. Just going to be having the Temple Archives and the cannon coming through as well. The devs want to shade by into the natural expansion and see if they can find some work, but there's a cannon, there's stalkers, the defense is honestly good. 2 probes go down, absolutely no issue. Showtime's just on top of everything right now. We cannot seem to find an opening here. As Hero, he cannot get in for anything just yet. Successful attempt of defense after unsuccessful attempt of defense as the vibe so far. As the armor upgrade comes through, Nexus and the +1 coming in, cannons and the batteries will build. Mr. Adept's going to get around the top side. Just going to be seeing the chase after the couple of probes there. We are going to have Showtime pressing in. Like I said, once he gets the prism up and just gets confidence to go across the map, I think he's going to have a good time of it. And he's got an Immortal in the back as well. And just a lot more army supply now. He also has the attack upgrade, so really everything is there for him. He knocks down the pylon power in the battery. Still some energy left on those, and the cannon gets taken out. He's even got an Archon in the mix as he just steps forward. And I would say so far, comfortable step forward as well. 12 probes going down. The cannon is defending the depth on the other side, so as Hero tries to be aggressive, he will not find success in that. And as you see, the Nexus going down. Without a 4th base, going to be tough. We do get the prism, but it involves a blink forward. It's going to trap the Stalkers in a troubling place. And you can see just how many of them are going to go down in that process. That is a very expensive fight, and it means that Showtime is going to get this tied up 1-1, just like that. So we are going to go to a game 3, and everything is going to stay on the line in this finals as Showtime and Hero will get at it. Alright, we'll have our game 3 momentarily. You guys viewed in private, so probably take a moment or two longer for people to host today because we've got to find weird maps is kind of the problem that we've got going on. In the bottom right-hand side, tying it up 1-1 is going to be Showtime. Had a solid start in that last game. Good defense, good positions. Played it out well. He takes on, of course, Hero on the other side of the map, who had the lead in this series, but no longer. Exciting times. Big map in Maganatha. We'll see what happens. Just going to see the gates coming up, the assembly coming in. So get ready here for a few moments of preparation. Getting the gas coming up, so we take a few moments. Settle down for just a little bit. Nothing really too wild going on just yet, so we settle down and say not really anything of too much crazies going on for now. It is one gate from Hero though, so he's going to look to expand, and Showtime is not afraid of proxying up and being aggressive against those expansions, so we'll see if he wants to take that route forward or if he has a different plan for himself on this one. Is the whole tournament done on one server, or do they rotate? We do what's called Ferris server, so for example, Korea versus Europe is played on America, and we rotate between either Central, West, Central, West, Central, or West, Central, West, Central, West. I'm not sure which one it is today. Each Monday we alternate which one it is, so Central, West, Central is better for Europeans, West, Central, West is better for Koreans. So one week it's West, Central, West, the next week it's Central, West, Central. So that just rotates week to week, but obviously it still means that each map we are changing a little bit. It's just whoever gets the final map of a series, they'll have one more game on their server preference, basically. But they're both playing with similar ping. It's not like we're playing Europe, then Korea, then Europe, and everyone has a ping issue 90% of the time. So what's up, Rolling Boy? Thank you so much for the 16-month resub on the Prime. See you, thank you so much. Is this live? Yes, it is. Thanks for joining us. Let's have Stalker going to do a little bit of a dance. Back and forth. There's the expansion of Hero, and Showtime has the Robo. He has the Prism, and he's getting the gateways up to apply the pressure. Get this ready to go, go, go. Build is going to get chased up into the main base for a couple of moments. The Prism is going to be popping out, and like I said, that's going to open the door to apply some pressure here as Showtime, which is kind of the whole point, right? He wants to get in, he wants to deal damage to his opponent. He wants to make something happen there. Now, this couple of Prisms is going to move back the other way, so we will turn around just for now. The other direction for a few moments, and again a chance just to see where this game potentially going to over the next few moments. Just gonna have the Oracle showing up, and a couple of Stalkers immediately in position to just say no. So Oracle gets pushed back, and that just gives a good defense here, allows for Showtime, to maybe focus out to the other side, pushing in. That's obviously important. That's likely going to be a key factor here, being able to focus on pushing in. Gives you a chance to deal some good damage, and that should, like I say, be an important factor in this. So let's see how it goes. And now Showtime just waiting. Immortal on the way from Hero, which means he's well on his way to getting a setup right now that is going to be very good for him defensively. Phoenix is out, which is interesting for poking the Prism back, but it's not going to stop because there's no Immortals here, so I'm not going to do too much in terms of truly helping. I think that would be a much better unit to have if this was going to be, like I say, the Immortal or so. He lifts up one Stalker, now the Phoenix dies, although that Stalker will die anyway. Oracle nearly dies as well. The Immortal here, we need a few more Stalkers to be able to bust through this. We're going to want to get that Stasis Ward. We don't want to let that finish. Pops the barrier on the Immortal. Gives us a chance of really taking this down as we step forward. One Stalker gets lifted again. The new Phoenix is genuinely a bit of a frustration. The Oracle stepping up also nearly goes down. Honestly, even just that draining battery energy is kind of a factor. So, little mistakes that you want to try and stay clear of for the moment. Little mistakes, like I say, definitely don't want to be doubling down on those. We are going to see the Stalkers going to get pushed back. This looks like a hold right now from Hero because he's getting another Immortal on the way out. Showtime never having the power to bust through onto the Immortals is honestly very costly, because at the end of the day, you're going to end up, as you can see, in this position where right now you're kind of in need of getting, if you can't attack through any further, that's just an issue in the making. We are going to have enough Stalkers now to, not two-shot down the Immortal. He needed to two-shot it, right? If you don't two-shot the Immortal there, it's just not going to be good enough, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. I thought maybe if he gets that Immortal, maybe there's still a chance, but there is obviously not now. And that's going to be that one wrapped up. And GG's called. Let's go to game number 4 as Hero takes the 2-1 lead in this best of 5 final. Hero looking for back-to-back Monday Cups. After it's been a string of Protoss players, by the way. Hero started off in Edition 42, and it's been only Protoss victors since then. Hero Classic, Showtime, Hero, MaxPax, MaxPax, Hero. Probably one of the longest stretches that Clem hasn't won it in. Hero looking to be on 13 wins if he wins today as well, by the way. If he gets 13 wins, he's only 5 behind Clem all time for the Mondays. He's maybe been, again, arguably a bit more consistent showing up to these than Clem lately, but that's still kind of interesting, so... Can you change your race mid-series, or do you have to play the same one? You can change your race mid-series if you want to, but most players just specialize in one single race, so... It's very rare to see people swapping around. More recently, for example, Clem plays PvT instead of TvT. But he usually does that for an entire series. He doesn't just do it for one map. Has Clem been on Mondays? I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, well, he went on vacation for a while after EWC. Yeah. I mean, he was here today, obviously, as well, so... Not like he's been gone, just, you know... We expect Clem to come in and win, you know, every second week of this tournament, right? This is Edition 49, he's won 18, so... And there was a point where it was probably like he'd won 18, and it was Edition 42, so he was almost like every, you know, 50% run rate in this event, so yes. Kind of just expect to see him, but... He's been a little bit gone for a little while, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, people can change race mid-series if they want to, just obviously it's very weird to, like, maybe sometimes you pick for one map. We let it happen because players seem to want it to be able to happen. No one seems to be upset if it happens against them, is what it comes down to. So then if players want to do it, why stop them if the players on the other side of the board are, you know, aren't upset about it, basically, is the TLDR. And if the players are happy, I'm happy. That's what it comes down to from my point of view, so... Probably coming back and pull in for a couple of moments, settle down. Wait to see what the next few moments have in store for us here. Again, probably on a little bit of a hunt for a few moments. Just going to be moving about and just scouting as both players, but in general, like to get some good info in this early stages of the game. You should be able to pick your race, not your opponent. Yeah, I mean, like, that's what I mean. You can pick your race. So, okay, from my point of view, originally, I didn't like it because, from my point of view, StarCraft 2 was very set in the idea of, like, you play one race versus one race. And so a big part of that is when you veto maps based on the matchup you're expecting to play. So my rule used to be that you had to declare your race before the series, because otherwise I think it's unfair for the other guy to not be able to veto for the matchup. As more players start off race here and there, the general consensus has been that it should just be allowed to happen, so I don't hold that rule anymore. That doesn't exist now in Wardy events. You can just switch your race as you wish. But from my point of view, like, originally I was like, I thought players would be upset about it because you're like, you know, you're playing, you know, you're vetoing for a certain matchup and then the other guy's just not playing that matchup, and it's like, ah. But, like, no one seems to care like that, so... Yeah. But yeah, no one, obviously your opponent shouldn't be able to pick your race or anything, right? Just... Yeah, just, like I said, I thought people might be upset in the sense of, like, swapping mid-game, like, mid-series, and it kind of, like, ruins the plan and stuff. But, like I say, players just don't care. I was overthinking it, so it turns out to be a very whatever situation. Pelicans on both sides. Hero already has a forge on the way as well. There's a couple of adepts come through about 4 minutes into this one. As we do have the A little bit of setup continuing in. Just going to be having the little revelation on a couple of those adepts. Trying to see a bit of what's going on with those as well, so keeping an eye on that. Hallucination just going to ping at that Oracle, and we'll take a few shots as well. So again, getting pushed back and around. Oracle getting bullied a little bit in these early stages, realistically, but nothing too crazy. It's fairly fair to say. Yeah, Hallucination just continuing to bump about for a little bit, so some damage being done. Oracle still moving about there. Link's about halfway done. The +1 attack is coming by as well, so again we get a little bit of setting up for the moment. See those few Stalkers also stepping around and taking that chance to move about a little bit here or there. Nothing too much happening. As the Blink and the +1 comes online, we will see the Adept there, going to hit the Nexus for a few moments. It's going to punch through that for a little bit of time. And yeah, we'll get those Blinks completed. This hero has that super fast forge, and that really is not regular, and I do feel like it's going to catch Showtime off a bit. Like, everything else in this game is fairly even. Like, Hero's on a later third, but just having that upgrade so soon is looking to be great for him. The Depths get in for a couple of probes there as well, which is also great. To just get through for a little bit more damage. Oracle and Stalkers combined for the Adept pickoff. Nations to scout in all directions. You hallucinate those probes, they can move around very swiftly, so that's what you're seeing happening right there. Set over the right hand side. I'm just going to get into a couple of the Stalkers there. So here we're going to lose some numbers. Showtime on the map. Absolutely able to make a catch or two so far. So able to get a little bit of value going. Not a bad start. Let's just see the Stalkers gathering up. Those Stalkers coming about. Is Hero actually getting a bit of a chase down? Does he have enough Stalkers is the question. Guardian Shield helps, but it will expire. We can blink in for the Sentry as well. Makes that actually a pretty nice catch on top of the rest of this. That really does go a little bit further toward keeping this all kicking through for the moment. Stalkers chased by hallucinations here. This Hero pulls back, so things will settle down another moment or so. And charging the +2, coming straight by. Seeing the pylon dropping in the background as well, as we do see maybe some potential aggression up that side of the maps. Maybe something in that sort of location could be a possibility. And Dark Shrine coming online, the gateway is gathering in. That +3 attack upgrade coming through too, so we get that coming up here. Let's just have that gateway dropping into place. A little bit of harassment. Showtime will take some losses, but Showtime's supply is looking good. I mean, he's up in army supply. He's going to play catch-up on those upgrades the entire time is going to be one of the issues. So that part is kind of unavoidable at the moment. We're trying to, get towards figuring that out, but so far can't quite make it there, so that's still something we are, like I say, process of getting sorted for ourselves. Stalker's going to step about. The few zealots and Stalker's gathering up. A little bit of healing on the tower there as well. Should help for a little while. DT's going to get caught, so Hero trying to find his way in with those, but good defense from Showtime. Definitely going to keep you alive a little bit, right? It's going to definitely keep you going for a little while here. I mean, that's the sort of stuff you want to be seeing, realistically. That's what will give you maybe more of a chance than anything else right now. Still show up. Pylon going to be taking some damage. We will be having a little bit of a recall. Trying to deal with this. Only recalls a portion because he probably knows he can catch the rest of these Stalkers. Going to force the recall himself. Blinks in. 2 or 3 Stalkers go down. Good movement from Hero to escape trouble there. So he's able to get himself out of the pickle. And obviously was potentially looking as though it could have been dangerous for a couple of moments. Now I do take a second to step back towards this and see what is next. The Archon and the Prism both still on the way. The unit's still gathering up on that right-hand side here from Showtime, so we get all of that joined in. I don't know if Hero can really go running into this. Showtime has the high ground. It's a lot of Zealots to be up against, mind you, and that may be the biggest issue that we're actually seeing at the moment. Just that group of Zealots is taking a little bit of a beat down right now. Showtime has to continue to fall backwards. The extra warp-ins coming through. The Immortal still trying to step up as well. Trying to move into this. The Zealot Archon and Mortal Force coming by. The DT still right there. Hero has the, again, upgraded advantage. Has had it the whole time. DT's going down. It's mostly Stalkers left from Showtime. Army supplies are very equal right now, which is obviously definitely seen as genuinely a bit of a concern. Hero supplies starting to win out a little bit, but then we get a warp into Showtime and he bounces right back up there. So we just ping pong back and forth that teeny bit for now. And 16 probes dropping, the rest of these units gathering up. Showtime will come out of this hurting a little bit, but still holds on to 5 bases, and as long as you're holding on to the 5 bases, I feel like you've got to look at this and still be somewhat okay with this situation, no? 5 bases seems very reasonable at the moment to just sit on and hold out with. Get rid of an observer here, so Hero loses a bit of his vision. Showtime will catch up on the +3 attack. Hero taking the chance to extend into the Shadow Stride, so DT Blink will be an additional harassment force he can get onto the map with. Something else he can make work here. Again, forging the gates coming through, the few probes on the way out, +3 attack upgrade finishing soon, but the DT is blinking in, looking straight at that cannon. And knock that cannon away ASAP, so again, look to get rid of that. We'll come through with a little bit of ferocity, perhaps. We're actually going to get the Nexus as well. We are. At the same time, Hero pushes down the right side, so the multi-prong is going to be what Showtime struggles with. He has to recall over to deal with this position. It's not exactly ideal given this scenario, and Showtime knows that he taps out of this game. He's going to let this one slide, and it is going to go into Hero's favor. 3-1. He takes the finals of a Monday Cup against Showtime for the second time. His 13th overall victory on the Mondays. Hero, as always, looking good in this event series. Alright, guys. That's kind of it for us today. So like I say, it's going to be still a fun week ahead of us. We've got quite a few things still on the way through. Featuring, obviously, like I say, the WardiTV Monday Cups and so on. Sorry, the WardiTV Summer Championships and so on. Sorry, just fix something quickly. Yes, so, We are going to have the Summer Championship resuming tomorrow, so if you want to see what that looks like, it looks a little bit like this. So this is tomorrow's bracket that we'll be continuing to play through. So it is going to be tomorrow, Classic versus Cure, the winner versus Hero, the loser versus ByuN, and then versus MaxPax, and then Nightmare's going to play the loser of this as well. So we've got 5 more best of 5s for you guys tomorrow in terms of WardiTV Summer Championship action. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for joining us for the Monday Cup. Again, if you did enjoy, do consider supporting, subscribing, etc. Time, same start time as today, so 3.5 hours ago, but tomorrow. So that is in 20.5 hours from now. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow as the TLDR. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.